For as much as you have to hold down back and pray for your life, sometimes if you do squeeze in a whiff punish here and there, you can make your opponent really pay for it. So we'll see how things unravel here. First match of our top 24 winner side, Lazy Boredom and Musa.
Sir, Fight Rises, Lazy Boredom is a button test, or wait? Okay, no. Okay, I guess we're just gentleman's game there. The shimmy already on the board. There's the jackknife.
Yeah, this is kind of the gambit we talked about. You got to fight out of the corner a lot against a character like DJ who wants to just continue to take up space, but Lazy Boredom making it work back throw to make it sweeter. Now it's their turn.
Oh yes, I like that. The crouching medium punch from Musa. Marissa does have that weakness with the Gladius. Lower body, 0 armor.
Low on health now, but Marissa can even that up early. There's the double air slash we were talking about as well, getting through the armor, looking for the Superman punch, air to air from the side of Musa. Lazy Boredom not quite out of it yet, but unfortunately getting caught by the Sobot. Musa striking blood first here.
Yeah, what a risky jump from Musa as well, because that was legitimately guess for game. If Lazy Boredom would charge back heavy punch instead, that would have been easy 40% gone.
Now things getting more dangerous. The more super meter you see a Marissa player build on board, the more volatile a match can become. Coming up on those 3 bars pretty soon here. A little low on drive gauge, working their way back in, sitting nice and comfortable in the corner. And Musa, kind of a ballsy mashup. If you get punish countered at any point, you get absolutely blown up for it.
Yeah, Musa's been willing to commit in at least 2 big occasions that would have led to the round. Oh, there's one big hit here. What's the guess? Oh, Musa finally, just a delayed jab this time, earning the respect through those big commitments before. And here, yeah, Lazy Boredom. I think the level 1 could do it here if they spend it all the way. It's a close call, actually. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, barely made the cut. Good call from Lazy Boredom.
Yeah, a character specialist for sure. When you see that optimal combo, being able to save 2 bars of drive gauge, knowing that you're going to get that level 3 on deck at some point in this round makes you so much more dangerous. And still, Musa challenging with these lights, whether it be delayed or just mashing up on wake up. Even there, a punish counter throw back in the corner for Lazy Boredom.
Yeah, fighting out with the Tari combo, Musa. Still challenging. It's been consistent active defense from Musa.
Jumping out, protecting the skies, air slasher in the corner, jackknife. Level 3 still on deck. Next hit's gonna win it for Musa if he can find it, confirm, but Lazy Boredom gonna hit first. Taking the knockdown. Level 3 on deck, the cheeky cross up. That's gonna be all she wrote. Lazy Boredom on the board first here.
Yeah, level 2 to end it. Yeah, Musa just got hit in that situation on a safe jump. I'm not sure what caused it. That's one of those like weird safe jumps where if you back recover, it stays in front, but if you quick rise, it goes behind you. So maybe they're not familiar with it. Either way, if you're Lazy Boredom, we take those, right? We're not gonna talk too much about it. That's your problem.
Exactly. Winning rounds come very few and far in between from Marissa, man. So you got to enjoy them while you got them. OD Jackknife breaking up the monotony here. Musa spending a lot of drive gauge, but another punish counter and Lazy Boredom in a familiar spot again in the corner.
Oh, this should be enough to kill, actually. Not level 1 needed, probably not. Oh, yeah, you're going to spend it. I think they could have probably killed without it, but I respect that. Marissa has that extra 500 health. You want to make absolutely sure, because if you route and you're wrong, then DJ not having that defensive level 1 option, it is a dangerous call.
Yeah, expensive spin, but once again, we take those. Lazy Boredom, though, starting off well. Saw the perfect parry there. Putting on the pressure and perfect parry in return. So one thing about Marissa with these specials that start up a little slower, these normals that start up a little slower, the perfect parry window becomes a little easier to maintain there, and Musa putting that on show.
Yep. And speaking of slow startup moves, you see Musa swinging these big buttons over and over, and Marissa not really the best character at countering on reaction. Outside of using the armor, which is always a risk as well. Fighting out though, Lazy Boredom just slowly pushing out.
Yeah, taking up space without having to push the issue too much, just waddling forward, charging in the face now. Still has that level 3, the red buttons on deck whenever they need it. Musa slowly walking down. She throws so nice, we'll show it twice. Jab there, not able to finish the foot on their plate. Musa with all the meter in the world to work with, going to be putting themselves on the board as well. 1 game apiece now in this first match of top 24.
Yeah, what an unfortunate circumstance for Lazy Boredom. Went for the tick throughout the drive rush crouch jab, but was a little too plus to get that throw after the fact that Musa was already mashing the button. I like that from DJ players, man. They can kind of feel the rhythm of where things are going, and they always have the right answer whenever they're in a defensive situation like that.
You got to feel the rhythm, man. If you're playing DJ, it's all about rhythm right there. The Scootum using the armor, dashing under. No anti-air attempt is going to take the side swap. That was a heads-up call from Lazy Boredom.
Oh, okay. Sliding on the Gladius. Wonder if that was a reaction or just a commitment. Yeah, Musa is refusing, demanding the respect on defense, but now they kind of have to hold all of this, and now Lazy Bottom has guaranteed the round with that command grab. They should be more than able to kill with the drive impact. Whenever they want it, there it is. Oh,
So throw a couple things at him first and command grab to make it sweeter. Musa there put himself in a burnout, and that's the thing about playing against Marissa, man. You get put in a spot in the corner, no drive gauge, level 1 only to defend yourself in that spot. It becomes very, very tricky to work your way out. Lazy Boredom on the verge of going up 2-1 here. Punish counter throw again.
Yeah, and you mentioned the level 1 from DJ, which from most characters, that is, you know, a viable option to defend yourself. But DJ's level 1 has 0 invincibility, so he really is just in danger, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Another punish counter throw. A lot of tap parry attempts from both of these sides. We saw some perfect parries and still searching for him here. Musa low on drive gauge again in the corner. Level 3 on deck. Still charging in their face though as Lazy Boredom and a check with the light and the startup of the air slasher.
Oh, the forced burnout there from Lazy Boredom. Musa, you're gonna have to find a way out of this. What's the play?
The play unfortunately is getting clipped here. 3 bars on deck. Lazy Boredom making it simple and sweet. Now up 2-1 here. They've been optimal with these combos in the corner so far. And Musa, once again, finding themselves in a spot back to the wall in burnout. And that's exactly where you do not want to be.
Yeah, really scary there from Lazy Boredom. They can kind of feel the presence that he's demanding in Musa. I mean, the commitments are working out here and there, but you're going to have to be way more careful whenever Marissa has the resources. You mentioned it earlier. Once she gets that level 3, especially the level 3 with CA on board, any round could go either way, and like just as quickly as you blink. Just like we're in this situation right now, Musa has to make a big call. There it is. Good bait from Lazy Boredom. Musa on a sliver of drive gauge now. It's gone. There it is. Guaranteed DI.
Yep. It's just a battle of drive gauge at this point, and Lazy Boredom has just really turned up on the gas, and they're just turning chips into chunks on the drive gauge, continuously putting Musa in this disadvantageous spot, and now still sneaking in the command throws as well. We mentioned there was a lot of those tap parry attempts, and Lazy Boredom's been forcing those guesses.
Yeah, I think Lazy Boredom just slowly reeled Musa into a specific direction in defensive options, and is now trying to use it against him. And Musa, all the same, not swaying away, no pun intended, from the commitment as they sway into this punish from Lazy Boredom straight into the corner.
Can't afford to get clipped. And he hits, get a kill with that drive gauge online. The trade there. Still charging in the face of Musa here. Level 2, if they have to hit the button. They tried to drive rush out. Not the answer. And Lazy Boredom will be moving over into our top 8 with the 3-1 victory.
Oh yeah, it is straight into top 8, right? Yeah, it does feel weird for that to be the first match and they're going straight into top 8. That is bizarre. But yeah, Lazy Boredom, no stranger to being in the top 8 winner side of Motivation Academies. I think that I've seen them take at least one in the past. So maybe trying to secure another one today on this Maintenance Monday, as we're calling it. Official name.
Yeah, Maintenance Monday. But Lazy Boredom looking solid, as once again, as we expect from a meme with a character like Marissa. You can tell at one point they just decided they were going to turn on the gas, started charging in the face, chipping away at this drive gauge, and it kept putting Musa in uncomfortable spots in the corner, in burnout. As you mentioned, that level 1 from DJ, no invincible frames on that, so you're a sitting duck at a certain point. So well played.
Yeah, and one of the things that you talked about earlier was Marissa with resources and kind of how that can play out. Musa showed pretty early on that they were willing to commit to a lot of options on defense, and that's kind of betting against the house, depending on how active you want to be. If you're going to have an active defense only and you're not willing to let the Marissa player command grab you, for example, and just hold down back, then Lazy Boredom can kind of just, you know, become the house in the casino. You're just the guy walking into the casino willingly now. It's like, all right, if you want to gamble with your life as Lazy Boredom, like, yeah, I'll take it for sure. So Lazy Boredom just cycles the options towards risk reward and kind of just figured out what you mentioned the parries, what Musa was kind of biased towards as far as options in certain situations. And once he pinpointed where the parries come and where the jumps happen and where the jabs happen, it's like, oh, great. So I'm just going to up the frequency of my back heavy punches there and call it a day. And it was GG's.
Yeah, so moving on to our next match here, I see some Rashid on the screen. Me and you were talking about the upcoming patch a little bit. I know Rashid is, you know, kind of fallen due to the power creep of other characters, but the level 2, the Asar is still potent as ever. A character where I think they might be in a good spot, so it's going to be interesting to see what Capcom does for them on the 17th.
I do agree. So it's definitely, you know what? It's a bit of power creeping, but I actually think you can give a lot of credit to Rashid's nerf with the heavy OD spinning mixer into the level 2. That nerf really hurt him. And you know, I'm not a Rashid apologist, so I don't really mind it. But that was a big one that he took. So maybe you know we'll see what happens this next match. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, we got Rashid versus Luke. I haven't seen this matchup in a long time.
Yeah, Luke, a character that's kind of fallen to the wayside just because other Shotos are, you know, kind of playing the game a little bit better than him right now. Unfortunately, has to dump a lot of meter to get their damage in, but the buttons are still really good in neutral. We still see Chris Wong rock him every once in a while, of course, Noah the Prodigy, so it'll be interesting to see what we have here from Papin, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, I was thinking Poppin. I'm not sure. I'll go with Poppin. One of us is gonna be it's gonna be a 50-50 here. But yeah, speaking of 50-50s, that fireball from Rashid, you gotta kind of take the read sometimes. I like this from Poppin, just walking away, not willing to commit, asked to commit with the jump. All right, commentator's curse.
Yeah, that's kind of the Luke bread and butter we see a lot. We mentioned Noah the Prodigy, that jump heavy punch, definitely a staple of Luke players. It's unfortunately very hard to anti-air, and not getting anti-air there. Perfect jump over with the fireball as Moki over the corner now has a level 2. Gonna use the Asar here, low on life, so they're betting a lot of meter. Backdash, punish, counter throw. They've been in a bass pop. Oh, deep reversal. Stared into the face of death and did not blink.
Definitely, that's one of those situations where you got to make the call, and I like that from Poppin. Seeing the situation, saying, you know what, one of us is dying here for sure. I'm gonna make the call here, and takes the round for it. Also, take the 2 bars from Moki. That's a huge win, probably an even bigger win than taking the round.
Yeah, long-term investment wasted there from Moki. Poppin making it work. Maybe a lot of corner carry off of this Eagle Spike here. Taking the Oki, gotta watch your toes. In the corner now. It's a spot we've seen him bust out with that OD DP before, but the punish counter overhead gonna make it sweeter. In a tough spot now, a little low on drive gauge and the life just getting chipped away here. Moki with the bar to reach, but it's gonna take some more Oki here.
Yeah, and they're looking pretty good. They may not even have to spend any super to end this round, which would be basically a little bit of retribution from that last round, how it ended, but Poppin now gonna use the CA to force the burnout. This is a huge risk because if at any point Moki does get out of the situation, it could be bad.
Yeah, you definitely want space. Round 3. You want space to look for the level 2 here. Try to buy yourself some time to get this drive gauge back. And Luke, not necessarily the best burnout strings in the world, but they are going to sneak in the DI there. The risk paid off. It's going to be a W greed on the side of Papin or Poppin. Either way, it's going to be a W on the board first here against Moki.
It's Poppin today. I'm going with that one, man. That has to be it. That has to be it.
I'm enjoying you.
But yeah, Moki, just unfortunate in that situation, but that was good play from Poppin, spending the CA and, you know, just trying to force Moki to spend in level 2 and just getting the punish after, as you mentioned. But now, Poppin on the hunt, almost has the corner.
Getting their 3 bars back, a little plus some. Moki chipping away at it. More corner carry off the Eagle Spike. It's the Oki. This time, Poppy is going to watch his toes. You see the jump out again with the Fierce. They really want to test those anti-airs from Moki.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, Moki's attempting to control the pace, and Poppin is just slowly playing that long game, as you mentioned. It's all about resources, all about space control. But Moki, all right, has the corner. This is huge. This is the win condition. Base the parry. That's a huge win there. Another one. Is it going to be a throw loop? No.
Took their foot off the gas. The low forward from Poppin here. Has some super, doesn't spend it here. Look at the safe jump setup, drive reversal to get some space, and now you are staring at Category 5 Hurricane. You saw the taunt. Yeah, that's a spot right there where you take your hands off the controller and say, all right, bro, you got it.
I'm actually surprised Moki even committed to the Eagle Spike because that's a potential way that Poppin could have gotten out of that instead of just kicking the tornado at him. All the same, we're going to take the first round. Not guaranteed, though. You got to be extra careful. Already working on that level 2.
Yeah, slowly building it up. That's the objective. When you see them just jump back and throw these whirlwind shots, they're wanting the block. They want to build up that meter little by little for that win condition. And Poppin right now has been a little loose with the drive gauge now, just trying to build up 2 bars here. They do have the level 3 if they want to cash out the damage, but Moki once again finding this Eagle Spike corner carry meaty there, but smart parry from Poppin to build that gauge back.
Oh, but it builds it and immediately spends it. This should be more than enough to get the kill. I think the extension here should do it, right? Oh, yeah, actually, no, that's huge scaling. Never mind. I forgot. Level 2s. Oh, that was so smart. I like that from Moki. Not only the backdash, but the pause to give Poppin enough time to decide if they're going to jump or not. They didn't. At which point, Moki just presses the DI. Sneaky. I might steal that one.
Yeah, I like the call there. Now one apiece. Making him work in the corner, and once again, we talked about Luke just having to spend a lot of drive gauge, even for the corner carry. See Poppin have to spend that drive rush just to, get him over to the corner here, but it's been working out from this far. As you see, they have the one game on the board and doing a good job of just playing at a closer distance, but not overly committing in the corner. Moki able to escape the corner, though.
Oh, you just said Moki. For a moment, I thought you said Moke, and now I'm wondering if that's the motivation for their name. Is that the inspiration for it? I'm gonna have to ask them later. Crouching medium kick again. This is not gonna be enough to kill though. Very risky burnout. Oh,
Still safe there. Great call from Moki. Knowing that the only thing that can stop that is a neutral jump to punish that. Poppin still with that level 1 on deck. See them wiggling for their life here in case any approach is overcommittal, but still staying solid. They're going to be able to get back online with this drive gauge here, and the health is still looking nice and blue. Moki has a mountain to climb here.
yeah, I like them not spending the level 1 in that situation. They definitely had the buffer they noticed that their drive gauge was about to come back. So now they're healthy. They have the DP on deck. Yes, sir. Poppin taking the lead.
And that's just the mark of a good Luke player, man. You got to be able to hit these anti-airs. For a character like a Shoto like that, it doesn't have the options that the other Shotos do. You have to really be on point with your defense. They continuing to show that. Get the throw here, 50% down on the health gauge for Moki. Look for the suppressor, not close enough. Moki with the back throw has a level 2 pop in the Yasar. Popping gonna have to hold this pressure, weather it.
Spin the Yasar. That's hilarious.
Back, jump, block the cross up. Great defense.
Oh yeah, just letting the drive rushes happen, and now Moki, the sliver of drive meter. Did they commit? No, they didn't. But the punish is not going to be enough. Poppin can hold this for sure. The DP after the fact, confirming the fireballs.
Oh, the throw, even on health here. Moki still in burnout. No super on deck for Poppin, so he's got to get close enough for the DI. Wasn't close enough by the skin of their teeth. Moki gets out of the way. 1 round apiece here in game number 3.
I mean, yeah, you called it. You called it. And it was a mutual understanding with both players. They both knew it had to happen right then. And now Moki has the corner. But these anti-airs have been looking a little bit sus. Maybe just a little bit of doubt in Rashid's spinning mixer. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I hear some Rashids talk about that heavy spinning mixer, and it seems pretty consistent whenever I do see it thrown out. It's just against that Luke jump heavy punch. It's kind of a gamble where you don't want to let them have that entry, especially starting a combo off a jump heavy. That scaling is going to give Luke exactly what they want. It's the damage they don't get without spinning meter.
That makes sense. Oh yeah, we're gonna force the burnout here. I like this from Moki. Well spent level 2. Oh, actually switched the sides as well, straight back into the corner. I did not see that one coming, and obviously neither did Poppin. Spends the level 1 here. That's the last line of defense. You kind of have to make that matter, and you did not. Actually gets to level 1 again. Oh,
wasn't
Moki
ready for that one.
Yes, snuck it in again. There was no button blocked. No overhead that was meaty, nothing like that. I think just whiffed that medium kick, which usually after you see that medium kick whiff from Rashid after the ego spike, you're expecting like an overhead or something like that. That's usually plus enough to combo without a counter hit or anything, just naturally. So I like that, using that medium kick whiff as a kind of like a red herring to sneak in the DI, the Trojan horse, if you will.
Great call just to mix the options here. It's been scrappy thus far between these two. Movements like that, just that micro walk back into the fierce. Busting out again. Poppin has showed that they're not scared to use the meter here, and both players low immediately off rip. 20 seconds in, bar and a half left. Perfect parry to steal the momentum though. Moki getting to work in the corner.
Okay, medium spinning mixer. Throw loop this time. Oh yeah, attempts it, but yeah, Poppin, we're not gonna hold that. Level 1 out.
Spending all the resources, man. Whether it be drive gauge for the ODDP or even using that level 1, gotta make Moki respect you in the corner. Another OD reversal there. Sliver of health. They find the jab. Gonna skip pretty hard. Time to guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, both of these players have been using the drive reversal quite a bit when the opponent's burnt out. You mentioned the neutral jump bait, but hasn't quite come yet.
Moki on set point here. Sitting with that level 2 early. Comes a question of how early they want to pop it. Probably wait for Poppin just to, be a little lower on drive gauge, really take advantage of that. Taking things slow in neutral here. Poppin holding the parry. That's a tough spot against Rashid. When you see the rolling at you, you want to hold for the next option, but those punish counter throws come very plentiful when you start mixing in those options.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, it is worth just kind of letting it happen. But unfortunately, if you let it happen too often, they can sneak in the spin and mixer enhanced after the fact, which the drive gauge chip is not exactly cheap. It's a lot. And yeah, Poppin here has the corner, tries to go for the throw, but Moki reads against the back throw after the fact.
Insane read, 3 bars of meter to work with. Drive rushing in though is popping. Don't think he's gonna have to use any meter here. Actually, the level 1 to close it out. Oh, never mind. He looked for the flash knuckle. The level 1 would have been enough to kill. Being greedy with the meter, see if it works out for him. Moki, just a sliver left though. You just have to sneeze on him.
Oh yeah, but Moki spent a lot of resources on the approach there, and now Poppin can kind of just wait this out if they want to. There it is. Back in the green in a second. Yes, Poppin now in a good spot, but the DPs aren't there. You mentioned you got to have those as a Luke player. You can't give your opponent too many opportunities.
Still sitting in a good spot. Level 3 on deck. Throwing the OD Sandblast. Trying to see if they can catch him just walking in here. No reason really to keep your foot on the gas. You can just tell they're waiting to react to something at this point. Moki, with just that hit sliver of health, probably doesn't waste the level 2 here and try to make a miracle happen. So we're getting close to double zeros, and right there you do find the crouch light. Poppin, able to play patient enough, and they're going to be able to enter the round as well with the level 3 in their pocket.
Oh, yeah, we're starting around the Noah style drive rush overhead immediately after. Yeah, we're getting the walk back with the cross light kick again. Poppin. Okay.
Coming to life now. Heavy flash knuckle in their face. Go forward though. Moki's been finding a lot of those, working his way out. Side swap there. You saw them attempt the backdash and got caught. They were probably looking for some Yasar set up in the middle, and unfortunately now they need the full brunt of this Pale Rider. Poppin gonna be putting themselves back on the board. 2 games apiece here.
The script is alive.
You gotta love the script, man. That's what you come to Motivational Mondays for. You want to see these game 5s.
Yeah, and it has been pretty scrappy, as you mentioned. I think there have been a lot of situations where both players are unsure about what they're trying to accomplish just because they've been pretty unpredictable on both sides, just like that. Poppin predicting the move forward with the forward heavy punch, but Moki was nowhere to be found. Again!
Oh, flow on drive gauge, gets the fears, coming back in for a second helping, another throw here. It's Operation Build level 2 at this point. You're low on drive gauge. Actually, both players now low on drive gauge, so it's just been a battle of meters, and no player has really been very frugal with either their meters. See Poppin spend again as level 1. Gonna take the shoulder tackle. Oki, what a backdash call, but not able to get the punish.
Yeah, Poppin's been voluntarily burning out, but has been surviving, at least so far, but this might be a different story this round. And again, the medium kick whip into the drive impact, the same setup, identical, but Poppin was not ready for it. Once again, this is 0 scaling. Level 1, yes. Unfortunately for Moki, had to spend the level 1, but I'd say, quite frankly, that's okay because you almost have that level 2. You should for sure be able to build it at some point this round.
Gotta spend it to take the round here, back on set point. Poppin with a bar of his own, trading in the middle. Seen a couple of raw drive rushes from these two, but it's been checked multiple times. There's the back throw. We're back in for more. Still checking with the lights as Poppin, playing with no fear here.
Yeah, that's only +1. So if your opponent's being very liberal with the button options after, you got to make sure they're using their lights. Good awareness there from Poppin. Good call out. Has the corner as well. Looking to go full on script. Get your exclamation marks ready.
Meeting knee there. Has a level 2 on deck. Oh, what a call in the back dash. He took his foot off the gas. Another knee. DDT to close it out. Final game, final round with top 8 winners on the line. The script is alive.
Yes, sir. Yes, finally the heavy spinning mixer. Been looking for that all set. Moki saving the best for last into the Yasar. This is huge for Moki. Gonna get the drive meter back. Just holding forward to build that back as well. On the throw whiffs. Okay, still has the enhanced potential. Nice challenger from Poppin.
Level 3 in that back pocket. Perfect parry. Breaking up the momentum here. 50% down for Poppin. Not wanting to hold the overhead again. That's twice we've seen him break out with it. Holding the flash knuckle. Gotta watch the toes. Moki on the verge of building up another level 2 here. We're not even gonna have to see it. The meaty button finds its mark. Moki. W script for Moki, man. 3-2 victory. Final game, final round, and they made it work in the middle of a brawl.
Yes, yes, and that all stemmed from the heavy spinning mixer anti that you talked about. The ability to just take a second and look for that jump was what caused that the forward throw after the fact into the level 2, which, I mean, you don't get much better of a win condition for Rashid at that point, right? You claim the corner, you claim the control, you get the health, and then you start building the next level 2 again. And I think that was just a really important adaptation there from Moki. Well played.
Yeah, I mean, between the two, they were definitely spending resources left and right. But as you mentioned, it comes down to just who gets that win condition first. And you know, with Rashid, man, with the ESR, they could pretty much make you stop playing the game for as long as that thing's on screen. So, well played from both sides. Going to be Moki making a trip over into top 8, popping. Very impressive, man. I think that was the first time I seen them play, and they made that Luke look nice and solid. So they're going to be moving over to the loser side of top 24. So next up, I think we are going to have Azan and Young Mad Team. This right here is an absolute treat.
The battle of the youngins as well. I like this. Azan, the world's strongest Diamond 5, and Young Mad Team been leveling up quite a bit. I think I saw them 2 KMRs legend somewhere around that, higher than what they usually are able to get this early into a patch. So Young Mad Team has come a long way. Also, cruising into a potential top 8 spot, which is not an easy task at Motivation Academy. So looking forward to seeing this one. Ken versus Jamie. What are your thoughts on that?
Ken and the thing is with Jamie players, man, it's like the character obviously isn't that high on the tier list, but Jamie players are just kind of built different. They know every single space trap. They play like their family's held hostage somewhere, like their life's on the line. Every single time you watch a Jamie player play, they're gonna throw everything plus the kitchen sink at you. So with Ken, I hate to say it, but probably the weakest of the Shotos, but it still comes down to getting that corner carry. The run Tatsu, they're going to force the nerf throw loops, as you can see the quotations a little bit on here, the nerf throw loops. They're going to continue to force the guesses in the corner. So it kind of comes down to who's going to really get the shenanigans started between the two, because Jamie also has their own pocket full of tricks.
That's true. Yeah, Ken does have the fireball. Not the best fireball per se, but Jamie typically tends to struggle with fireballs. So I think the difference is that Ken's fireball is more so used as like sometimes it can be used as control just depending on the matchup, but it's generally used as like an infantry tactic where if Ken gets in on you, you get that corner carry win condition potential, which usually gets your opponent to not press buttons or not to tech the throw, which then you start to build upon that. But Jamie's the exact reverse. He gets in on you, you can't let him throw you now because he gets to drink. That was a very huge buff for Jamie. Usually, in the past when Jamie was actually like a legitimate terrible character, it was because he had no real way to guarantee drinks. Now you block a drive rush heavy punch, it's like, okay, this guess is for a drink, so good luck. You can't let him get that drink because he has dive kick now. And the stand light punches is also pretty important. So yeah, I don't know. I think Azan's probably the most deliberate Jamie I've seen in NA. And I don't know if I've ever seen him fight Ken, but also Young Martin is kind of a different breed right now. So yeah, who knows? Yeah, look at him. He's cruising in Legend right now. He's looking good.
Yeah, you mentioned him leveling up. I'll text him every once in a while. And one thing they told me is that they stopped playing less. They started playing less emotional. They let the match really breathe and come to them. It's less tilting, which as a younger player, it's very easy to get tilted when you're playing a fighting game. So being more calm, cool, and collected, it's rubbing off in their gameplay. You see them in these clutch moments a lot more, being able to mine the meter a little bit better, be a little more optimal in their combos, continuing to have the right read over and over. So we're gonna see if we get another chapter written in the story of that's building for Young Mad Team. It's a player that I'm a big fan of.
Nice. Yeah, I have a nickname for YMT. I usually say YNT. So hopefully that version of him dies out pretty soon. I am looking forward. I want to see what he becomes. I do think he has a lot of potential as a player. So yeah, this would be a good one. Let's see this. I want to see how this one plays out.
All right. Winners top 8, first to 3 here. Or ticket to winners top 8, excuse me. Let's get into it. As you mentioned, the 2 young guns here. There's the fireball you're talking about. Use more or less, as you mentioned, an infantry move, but Azan going to build the drink early here. The win condition for Jamie, of course, is you want to get around that 3-4 drink range and you become one of the better characters in the game.
So yeah, talk about the contrast between 0 drink Jamie and 3 drink Jamie, excuse me. Like just such a huge jump. Yeah, it's the first one. This right here, this is a real character. So now at this point, Young Martin has to be extremely careful, but he has the potential win condition here. 4 throw.
Ooh, dive kicking out. No punish on that. Try to work back to the middle of the screen. Look for the tap parry there. No one home. Azan gonna spend some meter low on drive gauge here, but get that 4th drink in. The all-important 4th drink. See if they can make anything happen with it. Heavy kick there. Able to close it out in the middle of a scramble.
Yeah, the trade into the heavy kick. Such a powerful option there for Jamie. Azan. Yeah, that was an extremely close first round as well. That could have easily gone either way.
As we mentioned, the pace that some Jamie players like to play at, man, especially once they get those higher drink ranges. You can see that Azan is throwing caution to win there. Big time jumping. Level 3 on deck, building up their first drink here.
Oh, okay. Actually committing to the DP. I like that from Azan. Yeah, we're going to prioritize the drink here. Going to make Young Mateen at least consider the situation they're in. The sweep punish now claims the corner with the back throw. By the way, that back throw is insane to me.
Damn near half screen on that one. Definitely gotta love it. Young Mateen though, being able to stagger the pressure. They spent a lot of drive gauge in the middle of that pressure sequence with the stand fierce into stand fierce, but Azan now when burnout, they sneak in the DI. Azan not gonna spend any meter here. Should be the round for Young Mateen. One apiece here.
Yeah, one apiece. Both players fully stocked on super. Of course, with Ken, that kind of means more in more situations, but with Jamie, that's the potential burnout force either with level 2 or level 3. So you got to be careful with Young Mateen with spending that drive meter.
All the whip throws there. More corner carry from Azan. Got the palm, sneaking in another drink here.
Oh.
DP, Young Mateen risking it all. All the meter in the world to work with if you're Azan here. Going with the level 3. Should be able to close this out, right?
It's a close call, to be honest, but I think the dash forward into the heavy punch here. Oh, no. Ah, that's right. But Kai, he is at level 2. Yes, that is huge. Very, very important drink. I didn't even look at the drinks. I was thinking like, he only has one drink. When did he sneak the second one? I completely missed it.
I think there was a record series. I don't know. That's why the pace at Jamie players, man, they sneak them in when you can't see them, man. Like your old drunk uncle. They're going to sneak that thing in when no one's looking.
Under the table during dinner. Like, what's going on?
Forward throw here, Young Mateen chasing down into the corner, still spending a lot of drive meter on these pressure sequences. We saw the stand fierce cancel into, the drive rush and now the low forward, and hasn't been getting the fruits of his labor off of that one. Azan going coast to coast on him.
Oh yeah, committing to the OD. That's going to be +1, I believe. The back throw from Young Mateen, that's happened at least twice now, the early delayed throw. Which I know that sounds a little complicated, but it's a real thing. I swear to God, and Young Mateen now has the corner.
The option's going to be drive rushing in. One more throw. Strike throw game for Azan here. Great blocks. DP off of the Jinrai. Like the call. Getting back to neutral here. Bar super on deck for both players, but they're not even going to need it with the drive gauge on board. Press too many buttons, and Young Mateen busting out the DI there.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean about his gameplay. It's very calculated now, very logical. I'm not seeing too many emotional decisions from him. I mean, some could be, a little bit higher risk, but it makes sense when you look at it.
Yeah, they plot now. That was the difference. They've unlocked like that level 3 of their offense. I think they're at level 2 for a while, but the level 3 of the offense is really starting to show for Young Mateen. So see if he continues to put it together. Trade there off of the palm, and now 3 drinks on deck for Azan, as well as that level 3 sitting there. And now we're up to 4 with that record series.
Azan now on the offense has the corner. Young Mateen commits to the DP. I mean, that's DP for the round as well. Cutting out the middle, man. I respect it. At that point, you can wait for the one throw to happen. You wait for the next throw to happen after the fact, but either way, you're going to have to commit at some point.
Yeah, also knowing you just have that level 3 in your pocket coming into the next round. Big time punish counter there, and Young Mateen back in the corner. See if you risk out another DP. Staying put, getting caught by the dive kick, and now 2 drinks already. 3. Actually, we're going to go directly into the level 3 here. Has some drive meter to go for the extension, but not going to be enough to kill here.
But he does have a lot to work with if he wants it. The Bakai to end it. Yes, sir. Just gonna go for the wreck after the fact. That was an avalanche of a round. I mean, that was straight up at the corner. 2 OD dive kicks, and Young Mateen just got twice. First, I think the first time was because Young Mateen attempted to DP and was just too slow, and the second one was a throw bait. But we're not gonna talk about that because it merely goes to the Mai, the favorite character of most players, especially on ranked match. Young Mateen. Look at that. He already has a bunch of points with Mai as well.
Yeah, definitely a character they also put in some time in. And now the dynamic kind of changes in neutral. I mean, the OD fan can kind of make Azan sit still for a bit. You have to just wait for that second mix to come, look for the backdash, even risk a DP. But all those options are so risky to go through an OD fan. But Azan not phased just yet. Jumping in, dive kick, safe on that one. Finding the sweep as well. Still able to build these drinks so fast here.
Yeah, we'll have to switch the names in a moment. I swear, Young Mateen has been switching to Mai every time I've seen him lose with Ken, but personally, I don't know if you agree with me, his Ken was looking pretty good, right? Like, I don't think it was like he was too far away from winning that. And Azan using the back heavy punch, you don't get to see that often, but on that 4th drink, it is significantly better.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Young Mateen's Ken was looking solid. It was a back and forth match, but trying to see if they can get the Mai to work. They know the patch is on the horizon, so throwing things at the wall, seeing if they stick, and Azan going to take advantage of, a character Young Mateen's a little less familiar with, dropping the combo there. We're going to cancel into the level 2. Be sure he's nice and safe here. Young Mateen's still in the corner, dashing out, trying to get some breathing room, but once again, we see Young Mateen just committing to these drive rush cancels and not getting too much off of them.
And attempts to get something a lot more with that overhead, but it doesn't pan out, and Azan finds the Bakai, dashes forward twice. Delay crouch heavy punch, I like that option. Young Mateen potentially getting sent to loser's bracket here. One more hit will do it.
Low forward there, has a level 2. They are going to take the damage and the corner carry. Strike throw time. Actually, they're going to look for the Bakai immediately. Unsafe fan from long distance from the logo with the breakdance Azan, man. Impressive 3-0 in a back and forth match in those first 2 games.
Yeah, I didn't think that Bakai would reach. That fan had way more recovery than I thought it did. And also, yeah, 3-0ing Young Mateen right now, not an easy task considering, let me confirm, but I'm pretty sure Young Mateen 3-0'd every single person on his path to this point. Yeah, he did. So the reverse happens to him this time, but in my opinion, man, I swear that the Ken versus Jamie matches, that looked like it could have gone either way. That could have easily been 2-0 for Young Mateen instead of 2-0 in Azan's favor. So I like working on the Mai, but I would like to see more of that Ken, to be honest. I think that Ken's really going places.
Yeah, I'll get in this guy's here, man. You got to commit to the bit, man. You got to commit to the character. It was looking very solid. It was a back and forth match. It was scrappy, nonetheless. It was a couple of times you just saw the ODDP there just ended up block. Unfortunately, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You want that guess, want to get some breathing room. It just doesn't work out for you. So Young Mateen, sure they're going to be putting in some work over on the loser side of things, but Azan going to be in our top 8 now.
Going up against Uriel Valerio, who has been, by the way, killing it in the online scene for like the last few weeks, probably like the last few months even. I've seen him take a few tournaments. He definitely took one of the Motivation Academies recently, so he's looking strong. Lazy Boredom's up there, waiting for the winner of that with Moki as well. Yeah, this is a stacked top 8 winner set. Of course, needless to say, it is top 8 winners, but still, it's a scary place to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's a complete murderer's row. Even if you go back and you look at like the loser side rounding out the top 24, it's still absolutely stacked. But that's Motivation Academy, man. You can't expect anything less on this side of the the online fighting scene. But you mentioned Uriel Valerio just on an absolute online tear. I think they also like won a couple of TNSs or something like that. They've been gaming recently, and also of course top 8 over in the World Warrior this past qualifier in the Mexico region. So looking as sharp as ever is Uriel.
Yeah, probably the favorite, I would say, to win that. From what I remember, he's qualified for Capcom Cup 3 times. Maybe, yeah, I think it's been 3 times. So at least two, but I believe it is 3. So Uriel is easily one of the best players in NA. Even not to even talk about in Mexico specifically. In NA overall, he's one of the best players. But even more so, one of the best players in the world. Sometimes people don't really realize how strong Uriel is, but he has leveled up even more so recently, which is nice to see.
Yeah, it's also just nice to see with them. They've been around for so long, and to continue to play at this high level is definitely nice to see. But first up, before we get Uriel on the screen, we are going to get Lazy, Boredom, and Moki. So another treat seeing some more Marissa action. I know you love that.
Yeah, I do like to look. Marissa is fun to watch, terrifying to play against. So let's see if Moki can maintain their composure during the set. But Lazy Boredom, always on the hunt, always trying to figure out what makes you tick. So Moki's gonna have to hide the tells for the entirety of this first to 3.
Yeah, and we've seen from Lazy Boredom as well, man. They're just so willing to keep their foot on the gas. You see them throwing a lot of buttons out here. No whiff punishes from the side of Moki just yet. It's going to come down a lot to that Yasar. If Moki can just take control of the screen and build up that level 2 before they die, because it's kill or be killed. Big time whiff punish there in the corner now. Tech from Lazy Boredom getting some space, but right back in is Moki.
Oh yeah, wasn't willing to go for the throw loop, which I think you kind of want to do on Marissa, especially when she only has level 1 and you have the life lead. But I respect it. Lazy Boredom slowly fighting out.
We're going to way back to the middle of the screen here. Moki low on drive gauge. They committed to holding parry. Now in burnout, they did get that level 2, but going over the top. Lazy Boredom busting out the tricks. See if they risk the DI here. Level 1 is going to be able to protect Moki in this spot. They bait out the level 1. Command grab to make it sweeter.
Yes, and I love that target combo into nothing from Lazy Boredom. Typically only -8, which still your opponent can do like a delay jab and get the punish sometimes, but in burnout only -4, so you kind of just force your opponent to commit to the jab if they want to. Now Lazy Boredom has the level 3. The next hit will kill if it's a clean hit.
Yeah, 50% down early from Moki here. Chips into chunks. Cannot afford to get clipped. They don't even have the space to pop the level 2. If they want to find it, punish, counter throw. Strike throw coming up. Dry brushing in. Looking to bait something out again is Lazy Boredom. And the Scootum, what a call off of that roundhouse.
Yeah, these negative frames when you're close to death against Marissa, you got to be careful. That Scootum, it is frame 1 armor, and it will counter pretty much anything you do. It is extremely rare to have a jab media enough to block that, or jump media enough to block that.
Making some more drive reversal and some space here. Lazy Boredom under 3 bars here, but we've seen him in this spot multiple times. I mean, not even just in this tournament, just throughout Lazy Boredom playing Marissa, man. They're able to work their way out of the corner, spending a lot of drive gauge in that spot, but the Scootum again to get some more breathing room.
Oh, okay. Attempts to stop Rashid's approach, but now might have to pay the price. The level 1, no, the Scootum instead. Moki doesn't opt to go for the wall splat and now is in burnout. This is dangerous for them now.
Yeah, especially since Lazy Boredom coming back online now. Gonna get dog walk down to the corner, sneaking in the command throw. It's a tricky thing to deal with Marissa, man. When they start throwing these blows and you see them just turn gold for a second, it's that true strike throw. You're either going to be killed or, you know, do the killing and still just sticking these buttons out, man. These mediums have been working out so much for Lazy Boredom.
I mean, we were seeing mediums, we're seeing heavies, twin pistons, everything was coming out. And that's the thing. When you burn out, Marissa actually gets legitimate 50-50 command grabs way more often than she normally does. But she does get this kind of damage very often, though. And now you're in a risky spot because if she gets a clean hit, you are dead.
Holding the parry there, able to throw out of the startup with the DI, getting themselves some space, but protecting the skies is Lazy Boredom. No escape here, man. Moki in a tough spot, jumping out the perfect parry. No answer is working out. Scaling be damned. All the damage in the world for Lazy Boredom. The level 3 should be enough to close it out here. It's going to be a 2-0 lead, even with the perfect parry scaling.
Yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles, man. You got to be really careful against this character. Moki's been looking pretty good for the most part, but Lazy Boredom has been just cornering them. And again, that heavy kick with punish straight into the corner. She does have the corner carry and the damage.
Just strong start after strong start, and Moki could not get a grasp on his offensive rhythm. We saw the target combo in the air. We saw the perfect parries. We're seeing command throws. Moki getting absolutely mauled here. Charged Gladius in the face of Moki. 1 round away from a 3-0.
But yeah, this time we're starting with the phalanx. Oh yeah, Lazy Boredom is super comfy. Moki's having a hard time. You can see it. This might be over, man.
Yeah, it's just flashes of Rocky 5. Throw in the damn towel, man. Throw in the damn towel. Moki back to the wall here. A little bit of life left. Level 2. Playing with all the confidence in the world. Moki gonna parry it here. Still has the level 2 in their pocket. They're not quite out of it just yet.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish this round, man. I'm gonna let you finish this round.
Take your breather, man. Lazy Boredom's having fun out here. The Yasar not a threat. Moki and Burnout even kicking it at him. You're okay eating all of this damage in the corner, taking Moki almost back online, but Lazy Boredom is such a comfortable spot here. You need an absolute miracle to happen, and unfortunately on a maintenance Monday, it's not gonna be your day. A 3-0, an impressive 3-0, a mauling 3-0 from Lazy Boredom.
Yeah, no, the only thing that Lazy Boredom was trying to maintain was Moki's low confidence, low self-confidence. That was so messed up. Like I'm just gonna drive rush and do level 2 point blank delayed because I just think you're a bum. Like that was the message that was being sent there, 100%. Oh my god. But good games though. Good games to both players. I don't know if they know each other and they're trolling each other or what the situation is, but that did I did need a second on that.
Yeah, he pulled up to LA Fitness and started dunking on people, just trying to run some pickup games, man. Like Lazy Boredom showing out, and they're gonna be moving over into our winners finals. It just those strong starts, man. The charge kick, immediate corner carry, and Moki just could not guess right to save their lives off of all those offensive sequences. So Lazy Boredom still showing the power of Marissa, as you said, man. If any Marissa is gonna make any of these kind of runs over at Motivation Academy, it's probably gonna be Lazy Boredom. One of the best in the world with the character.
Yep. And shout outs to I think that might have slid in earlier, but shout outs to Fierce. I think I saw you put in that $20 in Match Reno. Shout outs. I don't think Match Reno's working properly today, guys, as far as claiming codes, but yeah, let me double check that. I posted my Match Reno in freaking Lazy Boredom's chat. I'm in the wrong spot. But I don't think it's working today, y'all. But for you guys who are willing to support the players regardless, we really appreciate you. It is always helpful. $20 is no small amount, especially for an online bracket like this one. Trying to make sure that these players get the reward for all these tense and stressful situations. Speaking of,
Look up the drink here. Azan versus Uriel. We talked about Uriel's pedigree this far, and Azan had a very impressive 3-0 we just saw over Young Mad Teen, and Uriel definitely is a different beast, man. We talk about how decorated this player is, multiple Capcom Cup appearances, and the Terry has been working out for him. Uriel, known for being a long-time Ken player, but still sticking to the Shotos one way or another, and decent life lead here over Azan as they're working their way out of the corner. And right there, drive rush cancel, making it sweeter with the rising tackle on the board first is Uriel Valorio.
and the Terry's suits Uriel's playstyle so well. You know, it's one of those things you don't really think about until you see him on Terry. Even if you don't watch him play quite yet, you're like, oh, that makes sense. Because Uriel is one of the most precise but yet aggressive players. Like, he's very explosive, rather. That's probably the right word when it comes down to it. And Terry is exactly that. So, especially with how strong Terry is right now, I like to see it, man.
Yeah, complete corner control as well. Using the power wave to its full advantage. Able to chase behind it too with the burn knuckle. And now Zon 50% down. Able to get out with the stand medium kick though. Definitely one of Jamie's better buttons when it comes to playing neutral. Low forward as well. 2 drinks on the board now. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Here we go, Jamie. Maybe drinking a little too much, man. Stop. Okay. CFN problems potentially. Hopefully it's just oh no, actually it was player versus player issue.
Okay. I like froze for a second. I'm like, there's no way they did maintenance early, right? Like, there's no way this is happening right now. But luckily, just a small hiccup there. Gonna get right back into the action.
Jamie just wanted an extra swig. That's all. No big deal.
There you go.
No big deal.
Drinking at the character select screen, man. Got to get it in where you can. But Yuri Velario coming in with that first round up. Drive reversal there. In range for the crouch medium punch. No drive rush cancel behind it.
By the way, shout out to Capcom for putting in the restart battle. I forget what it's called, but restart at save point, whatever they're calling it. It's been super helpful for the online brackets.
Yeah, I'm sure it was for the player-to-player connection, but it helps out online TO so much. It's such a cool feature that I think they are the only game that has that, if I am correct.
As far as I know, they're the only one. I mean, it could only be better if they literally went back to the exact spot, but I know that's not a feasible thing to do. And Uriel, you know what is feasible? Throw loops. Never mind, just gonna go for the shimmy.
Call that anyway. A delayed throw loop there. And another one, level 3 on deck, not even going to need it as they just go back to the well. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Just a sliver left for Zon now. Oh, I like the call for the DI because you want to see if you can bait a DI reaction out, but the target combo enough to break up the armor there.
Oh, again. Oh, the brains are so big between these two players. The amount of avoidance of death that I just saw was so clean. The DI on the dive kick, and then the awareness to parry instead of DIing back, and then the perfect parry back from Uriel. Such high-level gameplay. I love to see it, man.
A great sequence from both of them, man. 2 very high-level players. Uriel, though, going to be up 1 game here. Zon's been able to work their way out of the corner, get their drinks in. It's just causing them a lot of meter to get back to these spots where they can really start, doing the Jamie things, and Uriel's been taking advantage of that. You see them just take their foot off the gas. You mentioned they're such an explosive player. They almost like, they reel you in like a snake. They really want to just see what the option's going to be, search for a whiff punish, and you're in the corner before you know it.
Yep, and Terry's particularly good at that. Oh, standing medium punch to poke out. We've seen Uriel use that in a lot of defensive situations where they're trying to just get some space. And a level 1 after. Are you okay? No, you're not. That chunk of health and drive meter.
Yeah, out of all the single hit confirms in this game, and that's got to be one of the sickest ones with the counter, with the stand medium kick. Uriel Valorio, great confirms, and the rising tackle again to close it out on the verge of going up 2-0 here.
Yeah, that rising tackle hit Jamie's sleeve. That dude was nowhere near him. That's the corner. Oh, it's going to try and go for the burnout here. Yeah, if you're Uriel, yeah, you got to just... I was a little bit late, but he had the right idea. I still like this, though.
Yeah, level 1 to defend yourself if you end up in a bad spot here. Zon enhance Rekkas with those 4 drinks, getting the throw in. Gotta take the damage where they can. Immediate dive kick, still just sticking out the buttons. Oh, they didn't commit to the drive rush cancel. No harm, no foul though. Picking it up where they left off, 1 round apiece. It was a good call to pop that level 2, look for the burnout sequence. So you have Valorio and burnout just didn't commit to, busting out a level 1 in any of those sequences. And Zon now trying to even things up on the scoreboard as we see Uriel in the corner.
I don't know if you saw though, Uriel did committal walk forward like 3 times, I think, to try and get the back throw. Like 3 different times just holding forward on wake up. Very committal, but yeah, Azan looking really good right now. About to get that level 2. Command grab instead. That's more than enough to kill. Level 1 buffed up. You are dead, my friend.
Perfect KO, cherry on top for Azan. And making the most work with these drinks, man. They haven't been getting to that 4 range, but still, even with the 2 and then the level 2 busting out, still using all the tricks. 1 game apiece, and Uriel gonna tap the toes early here. Corner carry. It's one thing that's kind of unspoken about Terry, just because there's other characters that like Ken who kind of have the corner carry built in, man. The corner carry from Terry is just as good as any single Shoto in this game, and then they can just oppress with that stand fierce, especially off the drive rush. It's so plus in your face.
You know what it is? A lot of characters who corner carry with multiple moves, it doesn't feel visually like they have a lot of corner carry. That's kind of the thing with them. Whereas with like say Ken, where it's just literally the same move, helicoptering you into the corner, it feels bad. So Marissa has really good corner carry, you know, like Sagat has really good corner carry, Terry has really good corner carry, but it doesn't feel quite as, you know, linear. And I think that's kind of the advantage in sneaking it in there.
All right, Rekka series, 2 drinks in for Azan. The win condition looking good. DP as well. Saw that meaty dive kick a couple of times, see if they can catch Uriel Valorio. Walking forward or looking for a throw here. Now in the corner, but low on drive gauge is Uriel, and just trying to chip it away is Azan.
Yeah, Azan more than comfortable with the 2 drinks. Just going to use this time. Try and force the corner. Pressure Uriel into making some big reads. There's one. Burn Knuckles block, but all the huge whiff punish from Uriel with the heavy kick. Going to try and push for the corner as well.
Trying to build up that level 3 little by little. Jump in. No DP attempt from Uriel just yet. Staying nice and patient. Low on drive gauge again, though, but still just taking their foot off the gas. They're just waiting for Azan to make the first move, knowing that any single clip it wouldn't kill here with all this drive gauge in the level 3. But Azan going to strike first. A level 3 in their pocket of their own. Going to hold on to it for now. Getting the throw. Strike throw time for Uriel.
Oh, huge for Azan. Gets the DP. 1 round apiece. Both players fully stocked on super as well. And also, you see the hesitation on DPs from Uriel just because Azan got that 1 drink. That's the strength of having that dive kick on deck. Your opponents have to question their anti-airs every single time. It gives you so much advantage.
On drive gauge, singing the drink again. Uriel staying so patient on defense, man. Just down, backing to the best of his abilities, but also finding the jump in off the easy level 3. Gonna attack the drive gauge here and a boatload of damage on top of that. Uriel looking good.
Yeah, not quite burnout, but it is dire for Azan. He has to make a big call. His big call appears to just be block, and no, he's a little bit late on whatever he tried to. Maybe he tried to throw it. I'm not completely sure. That's a legitimate frame trap after the drive rush. So unfortunate for Azan. Uriel, though, goes up 1.
Another explosive opening there. Gets the throw as well. Azan in a familiar spot in the corner. Not going to hold it this time. DP and the drink. Oh, wow. What a backdash. Just a micro walk back. Yuri Valerio just not close enough in the range and getting the punish as well. 2 drinks. Not going to sneak one enough for that Rekka series. Wanting the corner chase, and Uriel just going to mash out the lights.
Or Knuckle. That move needs to get looked at. Sorry, I got personal there, but that move needs to get looked at.
They call a flag on the play right there. 15 yards.
Just the blue and red streak coming at you like America. Drive rush in, checked by the medium punch. Oh, that's huge for Azan. This should be enough to kill. Yes, it is. Rekka. Azan looking to make this even. Just needs 1 more round.
Yeah, and Azan in this matchup, they're not in a hurry to get more than 2 drinks. They're looking very comfortable with just having 2 on deck. We saw them have opportunities with other Rekka series, but not sneaking it in. So seeing something with just those 2 drinks to be able to attack Uriel. And speaking of attack, man, Uriel pushing the offense here. The back dash, what a call out. Punish counter, got the knockdown. All the super in the world to work with, including the drive gauge. And speaking of whiff punishes, Azan finding one. Get back to neutral. There's the dive kick again, as you mentioned. It makes you second guess a lot of those moves.
But yeah, standing light punch. The range of the gods, and Uriel pokes out with the crouch medium punch. He should be able to kill here without the level. No, actually, no. He has to spend a level 1 with this route. Uriel, I think it's worth it. You're gonna get that super back, especially in this game. You build super meters so quickly.
Yeah, and even with just a level 2, if you just wanted to bust out with Twin Geyser, it still does so much damage, even without that 3rd one. So Uriel still sitting pretty on the meter as well. Is Azan, and sneaking in a drink again. We've seen the Rekka series, but as we mentioned, they've just been comfortable with 2. As they have 2 here, we'll see if they finally go for the 3rd one, but still dive kicking on in.
I like Azan's dive kick height. He's doing it super high. That way Uriel can't just wait and react to an early dive kick. So each jump is a legitimate 50-50.
There's the rising tackle there, trying to look for the overhead. The player's a little low forward, non-committal from Uriel, dashing under with the jab.
Oh, it's burnout.
3 here. Yep.
That's burnout. Yeah, he's going to force the burnout here. This is a huge advantage for Jamie's level 3, because he does have the option to hit you with a DI after the fact. Oh, no, actually, it's not guaranteed burnout. It's a little sliver there.
You like the commitment just off of, the negative frames on that. Uriel Valorio betting it all, but Azan able to put their foot on the brakes there. 2 games apiece, or is it 2-1 now for Azan?
It's 2-2. It's 2-2.
Okay, 2-2. Okay.
The script is alive. The script is alive. But yeah, Uriel committing to the crouch immediate kick, knowing that Azan's going to be careful, and then making the read and the bet that no, you're not going to be careful twice, but Azan be like, no, I don't trust you at all. So 2-2 both players right now. Azan, 1 drink in.
The pressure going. Expensive for them, though. A little less than 3 bars on deck. He did sneak that drink in, and still been the win condition thus far for Azan. Drive rush canceled there, keeping themselves safe. As Uriel find the back throw, playing on the middle of the screen, but so you get hit by that OD dive kick, another drink. And both players have been willing to challenge, man. We've seen all the walk forwards. We've seen them stick out buttons in kind of peculiar ranges, but both players just willing to stick things out. The crouch medium, the low forward, roundhouse there, finding the punish.
Yeah, he's going to force the level 2 here. No matter what Uriel does, he is burnt out. Yeah, I like this from Azan. It is a big commitment, but at least now he can't be forced into drive impact.
The throw there off the crack shoot. What a reaction from Uriel. The spacing just off by Azan, and the Buster Wolf to put Uriel on set point.
Yeah, second set point for Uriel. He has to make this one count, though. Azan has shown he can make these comebacks happen.
Forwards try to chip the gauge here. Ends up getting a throw. Drive rushing in for more. Opening things up with that heavy punch again, just to chip at the way of this drive gauge. Level 2 on deck. Now the neutral jump. Big time payoff for Uriel.
Oh yeah, Azan commits. That's a big commitment too. If he was wrong, he'd be dead right now. But in this game, you gotta make that call sometimes. Uriel going after the drive gauge, just heavy punch, and then 2 immediate punches back to back.
Smelling blood in the water here. Drive rushing in for some more pressure. Record series though. Breathing room for Azan. Didn't go for the drink on this one. He's gonna do it after the throw though. We've seen him commit to these 2 drinks. There's the level 2. It's not quick enough to catch Azan out of the sky. Big time punish incoming, and Uriel now in a bad spot.
Yeah, he made the read, I think, on the throw, potentially on the command grab, and now set point for both players. The script is alive, man. It's way too powerful. 1 meter a pop with the super. Past the corner already, though. Uriel has been claiming this left corner very often.
See if Azan can work their way out. We've seen him in the spot multiple times. Sneaking in 1 drink. Trying to get back to the middle of the screen here. Uriel back with that level 2 on deck. And there's the rising tackle to break up the air approach. And right back at you with the ODDP, says Azan. Drive rush, heavy punch to get in. They have the level 2 again. Just going to take the knockdown.
Azan, 4 drinks. I mean, he has no... Never mind. He got it all back. Uriel's going to be forced to burn out here. Azan. Oh, actually, no. Skips the middleman. Just goes for the command grab after the fact. Now Uriel staring down the barrel. And Azan completely misses the dive kick. He needed that. Uriel going to cash out with the CA, taking it 3-2. Oh,
that
no,
feels so bad to miss that dive kick. Stole the corner. Uriel able to find the side swap there. You love the idea just to keep the pressure going with that dive kick, knowing that if it hits, it was absolutely wraps there. Just unfortunate. Just a little bit over the top of the head of Terry there, but man, well played from both sides. Uriel just lady luck in his favor tonight.
Yeah, no, I mean, great set for both players for sure. I'm a fan of both these players, so I don't really mind, or I do like seeing both players win. But you definitely never want to see a player lose like that in a situation where they essentially just hand it to their opponent, because you don't even know how that could have developed after the fact. Maybe the dive kick's blocked, and maybe who knows what happens after. But yeah, Uriel just watched Azan hop over and was like, oh well, thank you, don't mind if I do. Just got the punish counter grounded. I do want to give Azan a lot of credit for his utility of dive kicks in getting Uriel to completely shut down a ton of his anti-air approach, as far as we saw him try to use the geyser just because he's like, look, I didn't see to cover this entire range, and he was a little late. But also Uriel able to, adjust the spacing after the fact and get a little bit closer, maintain that spot. Azan adapted. It was a really good adaptation set for both players just overall. But yeah, that ending, man, that hurt me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. So that was a little painful.
That's the Game of Thrones ending, man. We get 4 good seasons, and then season 5 comes, and the ending, everyone's just like, well, what? That's what we're waiting for. But Uriel gonna be moving over to our winners final. So next up, moving over to our losers side of top 8. I think we're gonna see Young Mateen and the Fat Manatee. How do you see this one going, Doctor?
Oh, the Fat Manatee stuck in the top 8. Oh, okay, I like this. The Ken sometimes will struggle against Zangief, just depending on how the Zangief player plays. I think the matchup is relatively evenish, but that's kind of the game in a nutshell. The Fat Manatee, I don't know how often both of these players play, but like we talked about, Matt's been playing really well. And Zangief is not a character that's really known for his defensive options. His level 1 doesn't really do anything. It is invincible, but it literally doesn't make contact with their opponent at all.
Yeah.
And level 2 is extremely slow. You can literally do meaty heavies and still block it. So Zangief doesn't really have a way to defend himself cleanly until he gets at level 3. So Ken being the corner carry merchant that he is, if Young Mateen can claim that corner often, I think that Ken probably has the favor. But yeah, Zangief, all the same. When the Zangief player gets a read on you, you got to be careful. You can't show them too many of your tells or you can get in trouble for it. So yeah, it will just depend on if Young Mateen can claim that corner or not, I think.
Yeah, it's a matchup that Young Mateen is also familiar with, coming from that New York region. There's no shortage of Zangiefs over in that spot, so I'm sure he crosses paths with them, more often than not. So I'm pretty sure they're ready for the matchup here. But the Fat Manatee, from what I've watched them play, it's kind of an innate trait of Geef players, man. That clutch factor just comes in sometimes when they start cycling the SPDs off of Drive Rush with the knockdown. It becomes a true slot machine. Like you're guessing for your life in so many different spots. So we'll see if that comes into play. But it's definitely a match that's made on paper here. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out.
Yeah, Zangief matchups are, especially in like a 1st to 3-ish, 1st to 2-ish, they're impossible to predict. For what you mentioned, right? Because there's such a heavy player matchup involved in it, where if a Zangief player has a read on you, it doesn't matter what the character matchup says on paper a lot of the times, because they have an emotional read on you. They can put you in these situations where they can now predict what are you likely to do, what are your defaults when you're in this emotional state. That's how you get those air SPD reads. That's how you get those heavy kick reads where they have no business pressing it. You talked about cycling the options. It's like it's just a cycle until they know exactly where in the cycle you are, and then you're in trouble, because at that point you can't really even adapt against them anymore. Your only hope is to do the opposite of what you're feeling like doing, which is like a weird type of situation. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out though. Fat Manatee, Zangief specialist through and through, and of course Young Mateen here also been playing Ken hardcore. We saw a little bit of a MAI, but I don't think we'll be seeing that here. Both of these players really strong. Let's see how they play it out.
Winner goes on, loser goes home here. Young Mateen trying to carry some of the momentum we mentioned. They've been leveling up like crazy, and you can see the patience early here, just going button for button with Zangief, and right there, charge heavy punch. We're not gonna hold the pressure though, showing that early couldn't be what he wanted. Had to be a fireball there, but Fat Manatee gonna take advantage.
Shout out to Atomic Red with the big raid. Appreciate you, everyone who's coming through. Welcome to Motivation Academy. Oh, huge whiff punish from Young Mateen. Very important here. He has the corner and the perfect parry from the Fat Manatee. This should be enough to kill. Yes, Air OD SBD. That does a chunk no matter how much scaling you have.
Yeah, just Geef being able to flip things on their head in an instant. That perfect parry opens up so much for them, and starting things off here with the Ric Flair chop. Gotta watch the head, but man, Geefs will just continue to rip that thing if you let them to chip away at that drive gauge. And now Young Mateen exactly where you don't want to be against a Geef, protecting the Russian skies into the board. Dynamite, perfect KO, an exclamation point for the Fat Manatee.
There's nothing like getting hit by an OD Air SVD 0 scaling, man. That thing does damage. And I said we might not see the MAI. I was completely wrong. And you know what? I respect it. One of Ken's weaknesses that I failed to mention is just his lack of damage, even though he has the corner carry. So if a Zangief player is if they're reading you, like we talked about, sometimes you just have to say, you know what, flip the table. You're flipping the game on its head. I'll just flip the table. Let's just play the fan game. I like this.
See how much he abuses it here, but still just using those drive rush cancels. We saw them in their last match not get too much out of it. They are taking up space, but it's either a throw or nothing really off of that. Players know just to either take the throw or block that, but in the corner now, Young Mateen going off the top, cycling in the throws, and this is my 101 here.
Yep, and Zangief, one of the few characters. Yeah, you can lariat do that if you see the drivers coming, if you just make the hard read, but Zangief, one of the few characters. Oh, wait, it was a neutral jump. Unfortunate for Young Mateen. Huge free throw for your Fat Manatee. He can force the burnout if he wants it, but Young Mateen instead forces it. He's going to take the corner.
Yeah, nothing really to defend themselves here for the Fat Manatee. Once again, getting clipped. Young Matt team, the switch working out for him this far.
Yeah, I was gonna say Zangief can't really walk out of the charge fan or the OD fan bounce. He's a huge character, and he doesn't really have the walk speed. So even though he's able to move, he's not gonna be able to get out of it.
It's a big time SPD, man. The damage racking up early, almost 50% down for Young Matt team. Low forward. He just has some good buttons when it comes down to controlling neutral. Look for the hell stab there. Try to reset it into a grab. No one home on that. Young Matt team, though, gonna find themselves a confirm. Has a lot of super gauge to work with.
They're swinging. They are both swinging. And yeah, Young Matt team does not jump that, which means Fat Manatee evens out the round. Young Matt team got a lot of stray hits that didn't really lead to much. I don't know if it's just unfamiliarity with the character, not as comfortable as his Ken. But yeah, he has the corner right now.
Throw there. Got the hard knockdown jumping out. That jump medium kick from Zangief is such a hard thing to anti-air. The hitbox on that thing, a little janky, and we're going to take the side switch here off at the level 2. Fat Manatee in a good spot. Charging up the punch. Punish counter. Young Matt team and Burnout has some meter to defend themselves, man, but it is not looking good.
Much like it from Zangief. Young Matt team, you can see the pressure. He did not DP that jump, and Fat Manatee goes up 2-0.
Character swap long term not working out this far. Hasn't really abused too much of the OD fan and neutral to try to skip things. As you mentioned, that OD lariat showing its face one time to shut down the drive rush option behind it. So we're gonna go back to the well. Young Matt team going back to Ken, see if this one works out for him this time around.
Yeah, which is interesting because I think in this matchup, I think his Mai was doing okay. I think there were a lot of just not optimized combos that could have led to the corner and led to better situations. But the Ken, tried and true. I think you can always kind of rely on your Ken, especially if you're Ken as good as Young Matt team. So let's see if he has any adaptations here. No, the heavy punch absorbed.
Still poking away the Fat Manatee. There's the DP there, protecting the skies. Jinrai coming back in for some pressure. Fat Manatee spinning the meter though, trying to just waddle their way out. And Young Matt team looking a lot busier with the buttons here.
He's not getting straight away from using that heavy punch at all. I mean, Ken does have the option to cancel that into an OD DP and completely go through that armor. Not that he needs to at this point. He's doing perfectly fine.
Got the fireball here. Very close to. Lariat not going to be a problem. Low forward again. Still mixing up the offensive approaches here. That Manatee just continues to get clipped. Busting out though OD Lariat to get some space sticking up.
Yeah, that was definitely meant to be a light Jinrai from Young Matt team. Instead gets a light Dragon Lash and gets punished. Letting Fat Manatee out, and now Fat Manatee just gonna use this to his advantage. This should be the corner though. Young Matt team fighting back. No, gonna use the level 3. I don't know about this, man. This is risky.
Yeah, just searching for the burnout here. Fat Manatee level 2 to defend themselves. Still a sliver to work with. So you see the meaty fireball just gonna use the roundhouse. You see Fat Manatee just wiggling for their life. They stop the approach with the chop. Young Matt team throwing the plasma, using the Jinrai. DI snuck in. No reaction from the Fat Manatee, and the switch back to Ken. Looking fruitful.
Yeah, no, looking way better. That level 3 might have been risky, but he did have the avenue to sneak into DI. Did the Jinrai block the response from Fat Manatee and immediately DI'd after. That was like a pre-planned, premeditated murder, if you will. Now, the light kick that we've seen from Young Matt team has been able to stop a lot of those heavy punches that we've seen from Fat Manatee, especially after the drive rush. So I think Young Matt team has a lot of control, a lot of stake what can happen in neutral, but Fat Manatee just bulldozing through.
Maybe to the lariat there, just getting the sweep, taking the knockdown, and a check from the Fat Manatee. Both players just been so busy with these buttons, man. Whiff punish there, confirm off the light kick, try to sneak in the SPD. Young Matt team ready for that one.
Oh yeah, once again the overhead hits and the counter hit. Young Matt team finds the perfect parry while he's on offense. Interesting.
And burnout now though. Jinrai, sliver of health left for the Fat Manatee. Drive reversal for some room. There's the splash, getting busy with the DI. Level 2 on deck, looking for the optimal setup there, but oh, we're gonna go back to it. Look like a little screen freeze, make things more cinematic there. The air SPD, Fat Manatee on set point.
Okay, hoping that was just spectator view. Yeah, Fat Manatee looking good now, able to pick up the combo.
That level 3 looming, man. You cannot afford to geek the shot for the loyal fans. First SPD on the board, 50% down, chasing down, low forward conversion. OD Lariat into the level 3, big time damage. It's gonna be close here.
It is close. It's not quite death, but yeah, Fat Manatee looking nice and comfy now. He has all this health. Means he can take a lot of reads, and there's no reads, no risk, just a medium kick to end it all. Fat Manatee, 3-1.
Yeah, looking solid this far. A lot of counter pokes, even in the corner, fighting well. Got a lot of mileage off of the charge fear. So, young Mad team swap characters 2 different times. The Ken was looking solid the 3rd time around. They got a little more busy with the stand fierce and a lot of the long range buttons, including that roundhouse. But as we mentioned against Geef, man, yeah, once they're on you, they are on you. We saw some big time SPDs land. So
yeah,
it's gonna work out for the Fat Manatee.
Yeah, no, you did the one parry that Matt did after the SPD in neutral, and then he just got SPD again with Manatee still having a level 3. You're like, well, next guess is for the round. Unfortunately, that's how Zangief works. So you got to be really careful about giving him those big hits without him having to spend too many resources on it.
Yeah, and it looks like we're gonna keep Fat Manatee on the board right now. I'm gonna keep their hands nice and warm. Moki gonna be up next for him. So the Rashid versus the Geef, and this right here comes down once again. I mean, a lot of matches come down with Rashid to that level 2. How are you going to deal with the pressure when you are Zangief without having those invincible reversals or a lot of escape options? You kind of have to hold a lot of pressure. So it's going to be interesting to see how things work around when the level 2 is on the board.
That's true. However, even though Zangief doesn't have invincibility to deal with a lot of situations, he is one of the few characters who can threaten Rashid at a range while he's safely in his tornado, because he can SPD him with either light or OD SPD. So a lot of Rashid players will typically either go all the way in or, play from further back. So Zangief does have at least that going for him, which can then allow him to start parrying the tornado, and it just depends on how it plays out. So Zangief does have some counterplay, but all the same, doesn't matter how much counterplay you have. That tornado is on the screen. It is good luck, right? That's the name of the game.
Yeah, and Fat Manatee, I mean, just based off of that young Matt team matches, playing hot right now. The reads are looking good. They're able to get their damage in. So we talked about it before, where with Geef in particular, it becomes more of a player match. You got to get these reads in early, and that's the magic of a 1st-to-3, man. Wish it was the tournament standard for every single time we saw Street Fighter 6, but of course, over at Motivation Academy, we want to see these stories unfold long term.
Sir, and we do get to see the scripts come to life very often, especially when we go down 2-0, right? We see a lot of 2-0s that turn into 2-2s, which means that there is room for adaptation. The standing heavy punch, fully charged there. Moki, unfortunately, might be another victim of being in the corner very often against another character.
Yeah, very low on health. Can't even need to confirm here. Chops will be enough to close it out, or just an SPD. The long range, man, pulling up from the logo is Fat Manatee with that SPD, getting themselves on the board first here.
Man, from downtown, I don't think anyone was expecting that. Definitely not Moki. And now, once again, Fat Manatee finds the whiff punish, trying to claim the corner. He's about to. Moki fights out. Stand medium kick.
Level 2 on deck now. Moki going in for some more pressure. Still, just keeping their foot on the gas, not committing to the SR just yet. Heavy spinning mixer, perfect parry from Fat Manatee. Can be such a momentum stealer against Geef. Meaty headbutt, and they reset it into the SPD when no one's looking, like a thief in the night.
Oh, just a double crouching medium kick after the fact. I think Moki probably just let go of the parry after maybe trying to do I'm not completely sure what it was, but because they make that change where you have to hold back the parry, a lot of people just get tagged low now after the parry is gone. So we might need to start working on standing to crouch right after parry. That might be something that we have to do to develop as a scene.
Yeah. Especially against some of these characters, man, that could really start getting cooking off of these lows. And now Moki finally looking advantageous in the early start of the round here, but immediate side swap from Fat Manatee, and this becomes the gambit again, man. These SPDs very thick and healthy with the damage. Hellsnap able to get the juggle. What a conversion from Manatee.
Yeah, I was just about to say Moki, not the type to hold up, but the exact moment I was thinking that, he was probably thinking the same, like, oh, I need to get out of these, and Fat Manatee sniped it out. In burnout, though, but still has his heavy punch to threaten, but of course, tried and true, the medium kick to end the round. Fat Manatee looking comfy.
Yeah, such a good poke just to control the corner, man. It clips people sometimes even when they're jumping up, so such a hard spot to get yourself out of, and we're just gonna roll through with the running bear grab. The first time we've seen a representative, and Fat Manatee might be feeling themselves, man. You even see that attempt with that OD SPD there. No one home on that one, but you can tell they're playing confident.
Yeah. Taking Moki for the train ride, confirms the crouching medium punch not only into the OD, but after that into the level 3. Fat Manatee on point tonight.
2-0 lead in the blink of an eye. Moki, they opened the first round of this game looking very solid, but immediate side swap, man. Fat Manatee's done such a good job of just making sure they're at the right spot on the screen at the right time. Full control of the real estate.
Yeah, and yeah, once again, the anti-airs have been a little bit questionable for Moki. I know it is one of those things you don't want to really risk if you're not sure, but quite frankly, against some of these characters that you're fighting, you cannot let them in for free, as you mentioned earlier.
Trying to keep the pressure going here. Fat Manatee been on point on defense, just holding down back for their lives. Still a very good spot on the drive gauge here. Drive reversal. Still a bar and a half left to work with. The wheel kick helping out, build that up, and these parries definitely helping the cause on the meter. Moki and Burnout, but not in too much trouble just yet. Got the trade off the whirlwind shot. The spinning mixer for the corner pressure. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's exactly right. That's exactly the feeling right there. Fat Manatee sneaks in the light SPD on the defensive end, and now Moki completely on the aggressive end, going on the hunt. Has the level 2 on deck as well.
Yeah, Rashid's burnout string's pretty good. Looking for the fierce there. You saw Moki just stare at that. Knew they were out of range for it. Perfect whiff punish, and now got themselves on the board here. See if they can start evening things up.
Yeah, very important whiff punish for Moki. Really needed that to happen. Now Fat Manatee, yeah, attacking this time. Has that corner once again. So scary for Moki from downtown again, and it's a dunk. What's the play?
Like confirm inward. Level 2. Gonna be enough to close it out. They're gonna hold it. Should get the... Actually, no, I'm just going to take the knockdown there. I'm not sure if there was a kill route for that, but Moki going to live to see another day.
Okay, yeah, and we talked about this. Zangief's level 1, not exactly a great defensive tool, but if you're Fat Manatee, you're okay with this because Moki can't throw out mids. Yeah, for exactly that. You can't really throw out mids. You can't really throw out too much. Anything you do, you can't DI even because any jab will kill you. Fat Manatee now moving on to set point.
Moki with a lot of meter, but unfortunately, you can't pop the level 2 if Geef is consistently in your face. So we haven't really seen it all. I don't think we've seen it thus far this set. And Fat Manatee continue just to be on him like glue here. The heavy spinning mixer block, but the recovery frames of the SPD enough to make sure there was no punish.
Okay, and again, the double headbutt from Fat Manatee. We've seen that happen so often in Moki. I like the backdash option, but all you're doing is giving Manatee space. You got to commit to something that actually gets him to stop attacking you so much. Moki's still in a decent spot, though. Never mind. A jump heavy punch. Once again from Manatee, taken to the skies. Jackhammer.
Jackhammer to close it out, man. Not even having to use the level 3 there. Manatee been optimal this entire night. And another impressive set there, man. 3-0. Over Moki, and they're going to be moving on over in the loser side of things. They're playing on fire right now. They are looking hot. The reads are looking solid.
Yep. Yeah, and I see in the chat why is Manatee in the corner, Moki the one in trouble? Yeah, when a Zangief player has reads on you, that is what it feels like, right? We saw the sound that came out of non-factor. Like that was an authentic reaction to what just happened, you know, like yeah. That should have happened, but for some reason, Moki is questioning their own decisions at that point. And if a Zangief player has that kind of a read on you, you got to change something up. But it is hard to do in a short set.
Yeah.
First of 3 it seems like a long set when you're in control, but when you've lost control and it's a Zangief in front of you, it gets really short, really quick.
Yeah, and we've all been there against Geef. That's why when I see that SPD, even with their back to the wall, I'm just like, yeah, the O came out because I'm like, man, I've been hit with that so many times, thinking I'm in a good spot, but. Manatee, man, everything going up their way, so it's going to be interesting to see what their loser side run is going to be looking like here. But next up, we're going to have Musa and Poppin, the DJ, and the Luke back on screen.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. Who put Manatee in losers? I'll let you take this for a second because I need to know.
Yeah. Musa starting strong, saw the Sobot there. Poppin was making their Luke look very good over in their winner side. Unfortunately, on the loser side now, but low on drive gauge to start things out here. Throw, getting back in for a little extra, trying to bait out a DP there. Saw them hit the brakes with the sway. Neutral jump.
Actually, glad I looked it up. Yeah, Musa was the one who put Manatee in losers, so it looks like we might have a potential revenge match coming up. Musa has the corner, has the advantage. Yeah, this should be more than enough to kill.
Yeah, looking very in control the entire time here. As we mentioned with Luke, just a character that has to spend a lot of drive gauge to really get the party started, and Musa taking advantage of it. There's a DB from Poppin. Really, when we saw him on stream, it's still looking good on their defense, protecting the skies here. Now the corner carry, heavy flash knuckle.
forward throw. The challenge again, Musa. We talked about his awareness and the rhythm of things. He does know when to challenge. And, you know, he was going up against Marissa before, which means, you know, if he's wrong, even if he's right 5 times, it could just look way worse than it actually is. But he does seem to have a really good sense of his opponent's offensive, I guess, rhythm. That's the only word I can really think of. There's something there. Tell, maybe.
Yeah. Just the pace that they're playing at, but right there, able to find themselves a confirm, popping, putting themselves on the board. 1 round apiece here. Level 3 on deck for both players, man. And DJ got hit with those nerfs like forever ago on like their scaling, but that level 3 is still, when you cash it out, man, you are cashing that thing all the way out.
All right. Oh, no, you're not going down to Memphis. No, buddy, you're going to game 2. It is over for you. DJ's damage. Look at that.
And that's exactly, we were just talking about seconds ago, man. This level 3, even with that scaling they did a while back, man, it is still gonna be absolute wraps whenever you get caught by that. It's like, it's one of those supers you can see at like 60, 65%. If you have all the drive gauge to work with, it gets close.
Yep. And this is, by the way, DJ's toned down damage. Like, just think about how hard this character used to hit before, especially on those clean punishes. So if you're popping now, you gotta be extra careful if you're gonna commit in situations like that, because it is for round, even though it doesn't quite feel like it.
Popping low on drive gauge again early here. Boost is just doing such a good job of controlling the screen. Jump out for free there, not going to make them pay the tax. They are going to catch them either way. And putting themselves in a burnout is popping. We saw that from them a couple of times when they were on stream earlier. They're willing to risk the meter to put themselves in a good spot. They put themselves in a bad spot there, but still able to get the throw. And so nice, we'll show it twice.
Yeah, Poppin has been burning out from the games we've seen so far, and kind of allows their opponent to make these situations happen where they can force them into a decision on defense. I don't know if it's a good idea, but you know, we've seen it work before, right? We've seen Noah the Prodigy burning out about 5 seconds into a round, so more probably is a feasible plan with Luke.
Works out for him here as they find a low forward, a lot of meter to work with here. It's going to take the knockdown, save jump, put themselves into the corner, but another back throw. We saw them in that spot just in that last round. Right there, they confirm they're not able to get the drive rush cancel off of the crouch fears. Musa is still alive. 1 throw, strike throw coming up here. Wiggling forward, delayed jab, I like to call from Poppin. In full control here.
Okay, trying to fight out here, Musa. I mean, okay, good stuff from Poppin there. Neutral jump into the light punch. I was gonna say, if Musa gets a clean hit, at that point, if you're Poppin, you gotta be really careful. This game's so explosive when you really think about it, because just any other hit at that point, DJ could have killed him.
Yeah. Always looming is that level 3 when it's on deck here, and Poppin now just changing the pace a little bit, waddling back and forth. Musa keeping their eye on the ball. They're just drive rushing in. If they're going to give the space, they're going to take the space. So Poppin answering back, getting the throw back to the middle of the screen. Both players with that fully loaded gun in their pocket. Any hit can spell disaster for either player.
Oh, okay, double Sobot. Poppin not going to dish out enough damage to kill here. Oh, they're still going to spend it. Okay.
Gosh, out the damage, getting a lot of their gauge back as well, and Musa looking worse for wears on that health bar. Strike though, they jump in, the jump fears whiffed, but they're able to catch the frames there. I'm not sure what Musa was pressing, but the light's gonna work out.
Yeah, I mean, Musa just completely whiffed the crouching heavy punch. If I had to guess, it was probably a throw tech of some kind, maybe a jab challenge, who knows, but all the same, right? If you're Poppin, you're okay with that. 1-1 apiece.
Another good start here, shoulder tackle, Oki. Poppin done a great job thus far of just controlling things in the corner and continue to show that 50% off the board early. Musa, we saw them earlier on stream. They're not afraid to challenge in the corner with these jabs. They see you micro walk forward. They're going to look for that stand light. Go forward, pressure still on. Musa, strike throw, mashing out the lights again to close out the round is Poppin. You guys are watching over in chat. The Matcherino codes are in, so go ahead and hit that link. Head over to the Matcherino and claim those codes now that they're live. If you could be so kind to do that for us.
Yep. Takes about 5 seconds. Maybe 10 seconds. Maybe 10. Maybe not 5, maybe 10. But it is pretty quick, guys.
All right. Oh. Level 3 cash out, gonna get more of that drive gauge back, and also do a lot of damage to Musa's drive gauge here. We've seen him in this spot before, and Poppin's been taking advantage of it.
Oh yeah, the jabs after Poppin. The adaptation is coming through. 2-1 now. Yeah, I think the meter management from Poppin has been significantly improved ever since that first game.
Yeah, you're not seeing the burnout as much. And even when they are spending a lot of meter, they're making it work by just forcing the issue, getting the corner carry as well. And now in the corner, still not afraid to press these crouch lies. Both players have been challenging a lot as you see those whiffs there. No whiff punish though.
Yeah, and also no punish on the heavy knuckle from Musa. Try to crouch medium punch, but that is a bit too slow.
Sobot looking low again. Popping low on drive gauge. Musa really forcing the issue now. Jackknife of the call. Gotta make them pay the tax. Looking to jump out the corner. Now the burnout for Poppin has the level 1 to defend themselves, man. But these DJ strings, they really get you. Gensen and burnout. The suppressor, though, gonna find its mark. Into neutral. Didn't commit to the shoulder.
That was so smart from Poppin, but it may not be enough. Oh, never mind. The level 1's going to buy him just enough time to get the meter back. And immediately the drive rush into the crouch medium kick, moving on to set point. Poppin showing the defensive options in Burnout. It's all making sense now.
With punish level 1 there. Gonna get the full juggle, man. I love this series from DJ. The corner carry off the drive rush to the target combo series. And now Poppin back to the wall. We saw them there just this last round, but they were able to work their way out.
The backdash there from Musa. We're using the crouching medium kicks, trying to control the space, get Poppin to question the approach, and it's just a walk-up jab. Trying to get this back to 2-2 Musa, but you have to be extra careful now.
Oh, big time whiff punish there. Going low off of the sway. Level 3 in their pocket now. Any hit's going to be huge. Oh, look at the patience from Poppin. Not even looking for the whip punish there. We saw the sweep a couple of times, but still not challenging. Trusting the spacing of Musa, now answering back. Gonna be corner carry here with the shoulder tackle.
Yep. Oh, the wake up into the level 3. We're not gonna wait. We're just gonna cut out the middle man. We've seen this happen a few times here. This should be enough to kill.
Who needs an optimal combo there, man? Directly into level 3 with DJ usually does the job. And now 2 games to 2. The script's still alive here, man. Late into the tournament, the script is still ready.
The 4th throw here from Poppin. Oh, Musa just holding back. Finds the crouching heavy punch now. Going to take the corner carry back to the center of the screen. Going to try and push for that right corner, though.
Oh, jump roundhouse right there. We talk about Noah the Prodigy, man. That's the Noah special. That neutral jump and Poppin making it work here. Try to bait something out. The drive rush jab. 3 bars of drive gauge. Both players equal on life here. Could be anyone's round.
Oh yeah, Musa definitely finding the rhythm here on this, but oh, that's not gonna be enough to kill, is it? I don't know. That's a close call, man. I don't think it will be enough. Oh, not quite. Barely missed the cut. And now Musa is able to go on the offense. Oh, the overhead hit. Musa now moving on to set point instead. Poppin so close, but just a little bit of a miscalculation on the read.
The magic pixel working miracles here. Poppin trying to answer back though. Low forward. A good start again. Got the throw. Musa on the board of building up the level 3. They bet a lot on that OD jackknife. Suppressor starter too. Not a lot of scaling on that. And Poppin in a good spot, but we're going to go right back to the well here. Look at the cross up.
Looks
Got
like
the throw.
we might be going to the final round here. And yes, we are. Both players stocked up on super, stocked up on resources. Of course, Musa has a bit more, but Poppin probably going to be able to get the level 3 if this round lasts any longer than 10 seconds.
Done a lot of drive gauge there. Musa in return, man. A lot of raw drive rests. Challenging this defensive Poppin, but staying put on the down back. Challenging with the lights again. See them wiggling, man. They're plotting.
Oh! Huge.
Punish there. Jackknife for the corner carry. Level 3 on deck for both players now. DJ unfortunately going to hit a little harder. They find the low off the sway. Look for the throw. No whip punish. Poppin and burnout now. Charging that flash nickel. Knowing if you DI, you can cancel into that level 3.
Oh, the adaptation from Musa this time with the OD. And now has the corner crouching medium punch, medium Poppin. Probably making the read that Musa was going to try and bait, but Musa was okay eating the level 3 on defense, and Musa takes it 3-2 with the comeback. Okay, okay.
The script looking good, man, from both sides. I mean,
Hmm.
from Poppin, both times we saw him on screen, unfortunately, it didn't work out their way, man. But they are making their Luke look very, very solid. We saw some good starts from them getting that corner carry as well, and you saw the change in the drive gauge, as you mentioned. They got a little more, frugal with the way they were spending, a little more smarter with it. And Musa was pushing the issue once he saw that. Poppin wasn't going to push the issue with spinning the drive gauge. He was forcing a lot of the chip sequences, a lot of the double air slasher meaty, the sway into the low, just trying to look for ways to really force the issue on the meter.
Yeah, and I think the sway into the low was kind of like the MVP of that set from Musa, especially after the empty jumps. We saw at least 2 really big hits that came from the sway into the low. In that final round, it was just the corner, but I actually think that Musa could have killed in that situation, looking at the resources. So Poppin was a little bit more timid on. We talked about not going for whiff punishes in the corner when they were being patient. I think that was more so fear as opposed to just chosen patience. So I think that was well done from Musa to really use those sways to force Poppin into passiveness. But yeah, also you mentioned Poppin not spending those resources. Maybe if Poppin was more aggressive in those situations, using those jumps that they were using or using those drive assists they were using earlier. It may have worked out better, but it is terrifying once DJ has level 3, man. It is like, man, do I really want to take this chance and be wrong? It's it's the name of the game.
Yeah, character, man. I think they're in a very good spot. We mentioned that season 1 damage, man. If you go back and watch some of those old clips from season 1, you're just like, I cannot believe we were playing this for money, knowing that 70% could be off the board at any moment. But still
First to 2, by the way.
The damage. Yeah, first to 2 as
First
well
to 2
was standard. So a lot of people were committing armed robbery back in season 1, but I think they're in a good spot now. The damage still looking solid. Always a threat when that level 3 is on deck, as you mentioned. So that's going to be Musa moving forward in our top 8 here. They're going to have a match with Azan coming up, I believe, or we're going to be switching over to winners.
I don't know. We're gonna get. I imagine we're gonna do the Azan match first, since Manatee already played with Moki, and Manatee's sitting there waiting for the winner of that. So Azan versus Musa.
All right.
Oh.
This is the voice. This is the voice in everyone's head. Coming to tell you, we have 40 minutes to finish this bracket. Azan and Musa are playing off stream, and Lazy Boredom's controller broke, so he is trying to fix it.
We have 40 minutes and everything went wrong.
Yeah.
I think 40 minutes is more than enough time. So let's look at the characters we have here. We have Zangief. This is probably going to be the longest match, Azan and Musa, right? We have Marissa up in winners. I think it's going to be some explosive matches. It might not even take 5 minutes depending on how it goes. We saw Lazy Boredom against Moki. How long did that set take? That took 7 minutes max.
Yeah, something like that.
So don't worry, we got Marissa on board. All right, I think all the time Lazy Boredom's spending, hopefully they get the controller sorted out. Hopefully, if that's sorted out in the next 5-ish minutes, don't make up for it. This is Marissa, baby.
Yeah,
I
I knew it was maintenance Monday, but I didn't know it was controller maintenance Monday. I didn't get the email on that one, but hopefully we can get things sorted up for Lazy Boredom. But as you mentioned, we do have some explosive characters that are still left on deck. Lazy Boredom, we've seen, has been speed running this bracket for as much as we want to speed run things through here. So I think we got enough time to rock with it before that maintenance hits us.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't come early. That's the biggest concern. But it looks like Lazy Boredom is loading up the game on the stream now, so they might be okay.
Okay.
And yep, Twitch, please. Well, my Twitch broke, so I have no idea what's going on.
Well, before we get there, if you guys haven't yet, head over to the Matcherino using that exclamation point Matcherino command in chat. There's still a bunch of codes to claim. I didn't see what the exact number was, but we are all the way up to a $24 little prize pool for tonight, which is not bad for a Monday, but we can get that a little bit higher if you go and claim these codes. Or if you're feeling generous, drop a little bit of extra of your paycheck into that Matcherino to fund these players in this speed-runned lovely maintenance Monday that we have here. But the maintenance is, going to be underway as we are approaching that brand new patch we've been talking about. I know we said some things off stream, but now that we're on stream and we got our mask on, we have to downplay certain things. I'm going to tell everyone that Blanca's in a fair state. But is there anything you're hoping for with this patch?
Just JP buffs. That character's been struggling quite a bit since season 1.
Yeah.
I think they kind of cut his legs off. If I could be honest, Amnesia wasn't even that bad. People just didn't really understand the matchup back then. So I do think JP probably needs a few buffs. Then heavy punch could be better. His level 2 probably could be better. I think he should be able to control which one goes in what order instead of it just being, you know, a default. Chat's already mad. Chat's already mad.
I was gonna help you out and be like, well, what is a JP one? I mean, a tournament called Capcom Cup? Like, what are we really talking about?
Yeah, but that's like old JP, and you know, like if you think about it, the moment Kakeru quit, JP's stocks just went down because Kakeru when JP got nerfed just went to Akuma and was still winning at the same rate. You know, and they buffed JP before he got a chance to win again with Akuma. Like it could have just been a different timeline, and I really do think JP just needs some help. That's all. That's all I'm looking forward to. And I hope that they nerf Mai to the ground. I hope they nerf Lily to the ground. I hope they nerf Blanca to the ground.
Hey, hold on now. wait a minute. What? I thought we were in this together. Oh man, but I'm hoping for some shakeup with the patch. We'll see what happens to your friend JP. You know, some people would say the character is very strong.
Hold up, what post did I steal, Manatee? What post did I steal?
Well, you've stolen enough playing JP, man. You've committed enough robberies with the level 2, so.
Now I gotta scroll to see what I stole. What did I steal? That's crazy work. The boy's just making stuff up.
All right, first of all, 2 things. Number 1, Doc Morales, thank you so much for the $25 to the match arena. We greatly appreciate it. That's
Shout
number
out.
1.
Rare case of a Dalsum W.
Right? Fucking yoga decrepit stretching arm motherfuckers. Fuck y'all. Not Doc Morales though. He's cool. Thank you so much, Doc. Number 2. Lazy Boredom is gonna try to fix this controller. I think no matter what happens, depending, we might have to skip losers semis because we are on the strict time limit. Oh, my man Doc Morales with the sub too. All right, I take back what I said. Thank you so much, man.
Nah, you don't take it back. The person you like, which most Dalsum players are actually cool. There's one particular Dalsum player who is doing a lot of work against that, but most Dalsum players are cool.
You ever notice that the cool people either play the dumbest characters or play the dumbest ways?
Yeah, you play Cammy. And you play like a dickhead. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That doesn't count. No.
What? Did I? What happened?
He's working on banning you from server right now. Bro. He's a couple clicks away.
Pat, how do I ban a commentator mid-bracket?
I'm still trying to figure out what Manatee is saying I stole. I'm scrolling through. What did I steal? Said I stole the Capcom chart. Did you? Okay, hold up, Manatee. Did you make the chart? Let's start there. The chart that I stole, did you make it? I feel like I'm being... This is defamation at worst.
Doc is mad at me because I cock-blocked him at Midwest Mix Fest? That's insane.
Damn, there's lore.
Wait, you did what?
There's lore.
That's crazy.
You did what? What are you even talking about? Yo, is this dude just making stuff up? I have no idea what's going on. I think Manatee just hates me, bro. Or Manatee loves me. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. Manatee, big fan.
Yes. He said yes to both of them.
Hold up.
Alright. Lazy's on his way.
Okay.
Alright.
Manatee, I know you can hear us. You're gonna play loser semis off stream. There he is. All right.
Oh wait, so I see. So Manatee, did you make this tier list with 10 Mi's up top? I think that's the one you're talking about. All right, Lazy Boredom. Let's go. I'm excited to see this one, man.
Yeah, just 2 players that are kind of at the top of their game right now.
Yeah. Who do you have? I already see Uriel on the Ken. What are your thoughts on this match already? So as a former Marissa player, I can tell you that this matchup used to be terrible until Marissa got the level 1 buff, which now she gets to fight when she has level 1. But until then, she's still kind of, corner carry bait. So, what are you thinking about this?
He's just all about clipping these toes, man. Marissa being susceptible to a lot of these lows right there. You see the low forward again. Gotta protect him, man. Marissa got the red bottoms on. You want to keep those clean, and I'm sure Yuri has another game plan. But you mentioned that corner carry again. Marissa, the level 1 buff does help out a lot, but still, it's tough sledding whenever you're in the corner with her. Jumping there from Uriel, trying to pepper in these lights. Going back to the Jinrai. Rare Fireball, setting the pace. Dragon Lash, gonna abuse the plus frames, finding themselves a throw as well.
Yeah, and that Dragon Lash only +1, so that throw after is a bit risky for Ken. But Marissa not having the best light conversions, it is generally okay to take that chance. And of course here the level 1 commitment from Lazy Boredom, which you kind of have to do in this matchup. Unfortunately, it's wrong on that read, and Uriel takes the first round.
Playing solid this far. Just making sure they're not getting clipped too hard right there. Superman punch coming right back in. Uriel smart. Big risk to look for any ODDP against Marissa, but I mean, you need some breathing room. You got to force the issue. And once again, just finding the low, that low forward, good old 7 framer, the Ken bread and butter there.
Heavy punch. Oh, tries to edit air, but just gets knocked down.
Oh, another neutral with the heavy kick this time into the level 3. Big time damage incoming.
Yeah, could have killed for sure, but I think it's still just a really advantageous situation for Uriel. I don't see how Lazy Boredom's going to be able to find a clean hit. Okay, wait, hold up, chance.
Yeah, you really can't afford to get hit now with those 2 drive rush cancels in the pocket, but unfortunate trade there for Lazy Boredom. Uriel on the board first here, first game up, and thus far hasn't gotten hit too hard by Marissa.
No, not quite yet. And Lazy Boredom looks like going to training mode to check. Maybe the controller is still a bit faulty, which would be a really unfortunate, to be honest. I mean, Lazy Boredom did so much work to get to this point. Let's see if they're sorting that out real quick. But we can. Oh, okay, they're back up. I was gonna get back on Manatee. Okay, good. This is more productive.
You're spared for now. All right, well, let's get back into the action. Uriel looking strong thus far. We talked about just clipping low a lot. We saw a couple of low forwards there really open up the offense. So it's only a matter of time, though, before Lazy Boredom gets their hands on you. So we'll see how Uriel chooses to weather the storm here.
Whiff, punish, heavy kick, gonna take the corner, and Marissa doesn't have level 1 yet. Yeah, you're gonna have to commit to the throw tech, and Uriel back in there immediately after, throws again. I'm telling you, man, throw fodder. That's all you are for Ken for the first round.
Yeah, Fierce trying to chip away with the Jinrai. Great parry there. Lazy Boredom realizing the gap. Coming back in for a second helping. And take the knockdown here. See what the answer is going to be. Coming back in. Command grab still sneaking it in. And now Uriel not looking too hot. Can't afford to get clipped.
Oh no, Lazy Boredom had it. Just left a little bit too much of a gap there, and Uriel gonna spend the level 2 Jiraiya, or whatever Stacy Steve says. I don't know what he's saying, but unfortunately for Lazy Boredom, he was in a really good position.
Yeah, Uriel an expensive spend as well, though, but you got to make sure when you can close out a round against Marissa, you don't want to leave anything to chance. The dash under there.
It's the only character I'm like, dude, spend the level 3. I don't care how much your life lead you have, dude. Spend the level 3. Kill her.
Uriel back to work. Another low forward. They try to sneak in the DI. Very action. Lazy Boredom is hitting the parry there. Now the Scootum. Critical art on deck. The stand medium. What a confirm there into the low forward for Uriel. 2-0 now.
Yeah, Uriel just running away with it at the moment.
Talk about a speedrun, man, and the heavy-hitting characters. Ken, not really known for his damage this season, but Uriel still just turning chips into chunks little by little. Lazy Boredom, a little words for wares. Another cross-up lands, the corner carry coming in. And as you mentioned, you kind of become throw fodder here as we see the punish counter looking for the Scootum.
Oh, huge. Stops the Dragon Lash on the incoming, but Uriel is just going to hold the parry, get all these resources back. And certainly is going to use all of this to just attack Marissa. Oh no, held it. Unfortunate Uriel able to get the punish counter, but never mind. This is far from over. This is Marissa we're talking about.
Oh, what a call for the jump back roundhouse. Saw the charged up Gladius attempt. And now, in the blink of an eye, Uriel on set point here, trying to get their way into grand finals. Neutral jump again. They jumped twice just in case the hit was coming after the Scootum stance.
Yeah, I tried to jump the second time for the throw, potentially, just in case Lazy Boredom did the throw option select. But I don't know if people are aware of this. You cannot jump command grabs even after an empty jump. You kind of have to just hold that.
There's a Scootum getting themselves some spot here. Level 3 on deck. You're not even going to need it if you do clip here. Have a drive push cancel.
Oh,
Try to beat out the
huge!
Scudum DI. What a call out from Uriel. They have the critical art, but not able to get the carry off of the jabs into the critical art. The Marissa health. How much is this going to scale?
It's not enough to kill, man, but can he somehow guarantee it?
Hey man, wake up button is definitely a choice. Lazy Boredom gonna make it work there. I was waiting for a giant moment to happen, but Lazy Boredom just put it to rest.
Yeah, I just woke up with medium punch and mashed it until the target combo came out. Lazy Boredom now has the opportunity to make this comeback. I mean, this is how these things start, right? You start with one medium punch, you can avalanche to a lot more than that. Uriel trying to make sure that he just holds this corner. You cannot let Lazy Boredom out. That's enough to kill. That's it. Lazy Boredom on the board.
You are for sure dead. Don't even have to do that long of a combo, man. 2-hitter quitter directly into the level 3, and Lazy Boredom back on the board. And that's how fast the match can change with Marissa, man. You're just a couple of bad guesses or just a random dry brush check into just completely blowing up. And Lazy Boredom still putting that on full display.
Yep. Uriel, I saw that level 3 and I was like, I don't know, man. Oh, and into the Sagat. Now, this is a risky play from Uriel. Now, Sagat does have he has a lot of really good options against Marissa, particularly the low kick. The forward light kick is really good in this matchup. Also, the fact that Marissa is kind of slow, which means you can kind of use the high tiger shots to control the pace of the match. But also, the medium punches kind of forces Marissa into a situation where she kind of has to commit to some really big reads and a lot of meter. I don't know. Let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, going pound for pound here with the big bodies. Interesting spot by Uriel, but man, it just seems like every Shoto, like they're just able to get like a hold on very early. You can look at the MR, man, into 2000 with probably their third character with all the different characters they swap through. But Lazy Boredom not phased by it yet. They end up getting the wall carry with it into the level 1. In the blink of an eye, Lazy Boredom on the verge of tying things up 2-2.
Yep. The thing about this matchup, man, it is very mutually committal. So I think I like the Ken pick a lot better. Sagat does have tools to target Marissa's tools. However, you do have to guess a lot more than you would have to guess on Ken. And I think Uriel's facing that reality right now.
Oh no, look for the DP, the Tiger uppercut, not the answer. Lazy Boredom trying to speed run the reverse 3-0 here, now tied up 2-2. And the one thing about the Sagat switch as well is you have the drive rush cancel and then being able to confirm off of certain things with the low forward from Ken. We talked about how before you're just checking the toes of Marissa constantly. You don't really have too many options with that with Sagat as far as spinning your drive meter. So Uriel going back to the Ken, and we'll see how it works out for him.
Yeah, playing Ken almost guarantees you the first round as against Marissa if you play your cards right. Now, that being said, it is Marissa. Yeah, here's going to be the corner. Not quite, actually. He goes for the route. Doesn't want to spend the drive gauge quite yet. So Marissa can't really defend against Ken. Not too well, at least. And Lazy Boredom finds the hit, which is very important because now he's going to be able to get that level 1.
Knockdown, empty jump throw. Now, even with the character swap not working out just yet, there's the level 1, trying to break up the monotony, get themselves some breathing room, going back to the fireball. Still looking healthy on the drive gauge, and Lazy Boredom still playing their defense well. They look for the command throw, Uriel, drive rush, jab inward. Doesn't have any super to finish this. Just going to take the corner carry here.
Oh, the awareness from Lazy Boredom to press a heavy punch on the back jump. That was so good. Moving on to set point as well.
And they're going to be able to build up a level 3 at some point here. And with that absolute nuclear missile looming in their pocket, man, you second guess every decision you make. Now just chunking away at this drive gauge is Lazy Boredom, big time punish counter. Coming back in for a second helping, but the perfect parry still on point from Uriel.
Oh yeah, the level 1. Beating the throw, such a huge buff for her as well.
Knockdown, back in, Uriel not gonna hold it. He bet it all on that DP, man. That thing gets blocked and it is wraps for him. Scudum, both players low on drive gauge. Doing the dance here. Gladius anti-air. Uriel in a bad start, drive rushing in, strike throw, attacking the drive gauge. Great call from Lazy Boredom. Level 1 still on deck for Uriel. They commit, they look for the buffer. Not gonna work out for him, and we're gonna take to the skies. Lazy Boredom, reverse 3-0 for a grand finals berth.
Yeah, I just forced the chip at the end there. That was so good. The adaptation from Lazy Boredom. And I do think that the little break that that Lazy Boredom took after the first game helped a lot. But also the break that Uriel took may have helped Lazy Boredom more than it helped Uriel going to the Sagat and not having that fluff game to work with Ken, because at that point it's it's even as far as like making the reads as Lazy Boredom. I promise you, as a Marissa player, making reads against Ken on defense is not fun. That throw tech that we saw from Lazy Boredom, that was a big decision in the first round. And if you can survive I think fighting Ken as Marissa is kind of like, if you're familiar with Marvel 3, also Marvel vs. Capcom 3, it's kind of like certain teams in that where it's like, I just need to survive like the first 10 seconds. If I could just survive this, and then it's even, we're on even footing. And I think once Lazy Boredom found their footing after they pushed out of the corner, it was like, okay, cool, now we play fair and square, which yeah, I think Lazy Boredom, you do not want to play a fair and square game with him, because he does seem to have that that casino I am the house mentality. He finds a way to just force you into these tough spots where your decisions just seem to not work out.
Yeah, just scrapping all the way through, man. We saw some 3-0s from him throughout the tournament, and that one, the reverse 3-0 as well. So Lazy Boredom, definitely a player you do not want to give that momentum to. So sitting pretty now in grand finals, Uriel going to head over to losers to see who the victor of Azan and the Fat Manatee. I believe that one, as mentioned from Neo Jedi, going to be played off stream. So it's going to be fun to see.
We can start watching right now.
Oh,
we can start watching it right now. They're right there. We can start watching right now. That's the cool thing. That's the cool thing about CFN is, yeah, we could actually just hop matches. I know we're in the rush tonight, guys, so it's a little bit we gotta be a little bit more strict with our time, but we do get to enjoy these matches back to back, which is a good thing. So I'm curious to see. I don't know what the situation is right now, but Azan is streaming. We can get some context.
Yeah. Looks like Azan does have that one game on the board, so not completely sure on the score here. Whatever it is, though, Fat Manatee trying to put themselves back on the board, popping the level 2, looking for the burnout, not close enough for the crouch fears, but no harm, no fouls to get back in with that DI.
But yeah, burnt out against JB in the corner, so scary.
Oh, look for the sweep. Back in, got
so it is 1-1. Okay.
Okay. Woo! OD dive kick. Not enough meter to finish things out here, but they are going to get the throw. Even as you can want it, man, as we pop in here. One game, one round apiece. Charging the heavy bunch. Trying to come in for some damage.
Don't call me your GOAT, bro. I don't want to be any Aki player's GOAT. Please. Oh, yeah. Drive reversal. Let's go.
Man, the range that we've seen Fat Manatee get these SPDs at tonight has got to be like the very tip of the throw range on all of them. Look for the air SPD there. Not sure if exactly what they wanted. Azan
he was trying to bait the DP anti-air. He's way too far into the future. Azan did not take that bait. And you're right though. The mastery of the SPD distance, specifically the light SPD. Oh my God!
Oh,
Manatee, no!
Oh no! That's actually the second time we've seen Azan in that spot where the dive kick just unfortunately just went right over the top of their opponent. They paid for it.
No, that was not unfortunate. That was Manatee calling it out hardcore. At least with Uriel, it was like, oh, cool, I just missed my dive kick. Azan got what he wanted, but Manatee just made the hard read, dashed under and level 3'd him? No, come on, man. What are we doing? I think my heart rate's like doubled.
And that's the thing, man. Even when you watch Geef, it ends up like that. Playing against him, you know what I mean, a double, but it gets a little hard over on the commentary just sometimes too, because any single moment things can flip. See someone saying maintenance in chat. We're still looking good here.
Oh no. We still got a little bit of time. We can make it happen.
Speed run it through. Manatee. See if they can close it out fast as possible. They have that one game lead here.
Oh, Wasted got hit with it? It's all right. We still got some time. We can make it happen.
Dive kick. Taking the knockdown here. Manatee and burnout. Frame, kill, meaty button, Azan. Trying to tie things up 2-2 here.
Okay, heavy kick into the Rekka. I like that. Yeah, just challenging with the DP. Gonna get the first ring. That's one huge advantage for Jamie. Every OD DP, you get that drink for free. Well, it's 2 bars, not quite free, but okay, SPD, huge damage and drive meter.
Oh, the delay into the headbutt, Azan and burnout. Still trying to fight the way out though. Mash and the wreck, or excuse me, the target combo. Low kick over the top. Fat Manatee now on set point here, on the verge of going into losers finals for a battle with Uriel Valorio. See if Azan Make some magic happen here. Almost gonna build up that level 3. A lot of meter to work with from both sides.
Oh, yeah, gets it
There's
to
the
work
bait.
out this time. Yeah, there it is. I mean, only a Zangief player would be willing to take that kind of risk.
No anti-air there. Wow, what a whiff punish from Azan. Not gonna pop
Not
the
gonna
level 3
spin
to
it.
try to build up their drive gauge.
Oh, you know what? It makes sense, though. Jamie is able to drink and kind of get a pseudo drive gauge build. It's not too much. It's like, like a half bar by the time the Zangief player gets back to them. Now Azan, the palm makes contact. Level 3 after the fact. Is he... This is unskilled, I think. Is he going to be able to kill with the follow-up?
You have a lot of drive gauge to work with. We saw the breakdance before, able to close things out. They're going to go the palm route. Wow, what a pickup there. Man, these Jamie players, dude, they're optimal, man. And that damage is kind of slept on.
Yeah, no, when he has the drinks, the damage is pretty intense.
Now into the final game here. Losers, semifinals. Big time whiff punish again from Azan. The spacing has been on point.
Let's go forward throw. The drink after. Got the level 1. I mean, you got the dive kick on Keith. It's not as good as it is on other characters because he's just so tall. As I say that, Azan immediately makes it good. BP there.
Peppering with these lights over and over. Manatee in a bad spot. Low on drive gauge and low on health. We've seen him make magic happen. Not going to get it there. The forward heavy punch extension. Azan now on set point here. See if we're going to get the script with the final game, final round. Trying to fight back as Fat Manatee. Taking up a lot of screen space early and sneaking in another SPD.
Oh yeah, DP's out. We're not holding that. I like that from Azan. Gonna get the drink. Very important.
Throw there. So nice with Show twice. Level 3 on deck for Azan here. Showed how optimal they can be with it last round. Look for the whip punish with that stand medium kick. He's doing the dance. Daring Manatee to commit to something. They do with the running bear grab. Gonna take a quick trip over the corner. Now you cannot afford to get hit. Finds a throw. More dangerous as ever.
Oh,
Level
did it
3.
reach? It
Oh my
did.
gosh.
Fat Manatee 2 for 2 so far. Manages to do it for the loyal fans. Set point to both players. The script. I mean, this is a bad day for the script to be alive, man. We don't need the script alive.
Yeah, we've seen Fat Manatee in the corner, man, just making magic happen, especially there with that level 3. Final game, final round, looking for another running bear grab. Not able to get the full extension with the stand medium kick there was Azan, but going back to the Rekka is going to pop the level 2. Keep things going here. A lot of corner carry.
Oh, okay. Doesn't even bother with the cross cut. Just going to go for the trip guard, standing medium punch. And Manatee finds the perfect parry. This is huge. Oh, I see Brer left the room. Is this a sign of impending doom? Is this a sign of impending doom? Oh, it is?
Is it?
Not quite.
Oh, no. Sliver left for Azan here. No attempt on the anti-air. The dive kick coming in. Still peppering with these lights. Jumping in for more. More dive kick. Plus frames on plus frames.
Oh, the standing medium kick. We've seen him end so many games, so many rounds, so many sets with that button. I think that's